Welcome to the Podski. What? Ooh, yeah.
You understand, baby?
Dig it?
Let me tell you another thing.
First name John, last name Baker. Uh-huh. Brother.
Hello and welcome to the Podski. I am your host, the man of 1,000, Gimmick, John Baker, and it is episode 55, the inaugural Podski Summer Classic and Mid-Year Award Show.
It is the second one, but this is the first podcast episode.
Technically the second Summer Classic, but the first Podski version of it. And we are back again. We did the WCW Road Wild 1998 watch along last night. We're back again tonight. Same crew. We got Mongoose and Andretti in here. And we did some traveling. We hit some towns today.
Yeah, we did.
We did. Why don't you tell them about the first stop?
Yeah, oh buddy, that first stop. We went to Jimmy's Famous Seafood. Holy cow.
Thank you, Tony Schiavone.
Yeah, thank you, Tony.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that is a destination for anybody that cares, anybody that listens, anybody that thinks about it. If you like seafoods and you're by Baltimore, go. It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome.
Everything that has been advertised and more. The food was excellent. The service was excellent.
Yes.
We were there for probably an hour and a half. It was great. Everything was great.
Yeah, I had the crab cake with the coleslaw, and I had the Roman Reigns roll, and that was absolutely fantastic. All of it. That crab cake was the best crab cake I've ever had in my life. It was so good.
Yep. Mrs. Mongoose is a crab cake aficionado. Told her while we were there, honey, someday, some way, me and you will go on a date, and we will hit this crab cake because you deserve it.
You know, funny thing about that is that you could just have it delivered right to the house.
You think they're going to come an hour and a half up the street?
They ship.
They ship anywhere in the world, man.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, they give you directions and everything on how to cook it just like they would.
Well, that is fascinating.
Yeah.
No, then I'd have to hop on that motorcycle. All right.
I had crab cake, 2 pretty good old fashions, and a build your own pasta with shrimp, chicken, and rice, and it was extremely good. That crab cake was unbelievable.
It was.
Yep. Poke bowl for me. Crab cake and a poke bowl. Couple of Corona Lights.
And we got to watch King of the Ring.
And we got to watch King of the Ring 1993. Saw the first couple of matches. Think that we finished out right around the time that Brett beat Razor in the Brett and Hennig. Yeah, Brett and Hennig, my fault. Yep, in the semifinals.
Yeah, that place was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Made our way down here to Hollywood, Maryland, to see this Maryland Championship Wrestling. It's not Maryland Championship Wrestling anymore. It is MC Dub, and it was an awesome show. That venue was awesome.
Yeah, it's the Hollywood Fire Department was the venue. I mean, look, we're in rural Maryland. You know, we're very far from DC and very far from Baltimore at this point. But it's a little bit of a different world down here. But just excellent, man. The venue was excellent.
Yeah,
it was so huge and nice. And
you should talk about what you purchased at the show.
Oh, they were selling autographed pictures of wrestlers that were certified, and I got a signed photograph / plaque of Anvil, Jimmy Hart, and Hitman.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It's going up in the bar as soon as I get home.
Yeah, huge pickup. And you know what, man? Not only a big crowd, but an awesome crowd. Like
the crowd that was awesome.
Like a crowd that was full of kids that obviously babyface heel
screaming the whole time.
And everybody else, dude, either they were hip to the game or they were just, that immersed in the actual characters. But it wasn't people cheering heels.
Yeah.
It wasn't people booing faces. You cheered the good guys, you booed the bad guys. Yeah, dude, it was really cool. It was really cool, and it was a lot of fun. And we are 2 for 2 in terms of the triad going out to indie shows, because shout out to VPW last year. awesome show, and then this MCW show this year was awesome.
That crowd, I mean, the crowd was excellent. I mean, that place filled up so quick, dude.
That's the best indie crowd I think I've ever been a part of.
You know, for that being an indie show in the middle of nowhere,
yeah,
there were a lot of people at that show.
There was a lot of people there. It was packed.
A lot of characters in the crowd.
A lot of characters in the crowd.
Post Malone at one point got blown up on his own.
There was a guy that
stood up and his old lady had to take him out, and then they came back in with a service dog.
Yes.
And watched the rest of the show.
Yeah, there was a guy that looked exactly like Post Malone, except only blown up Post Malone. So he was purple. He was that invested in the show.
He was just in the crowd.
Just in the crowd, just chanting.
Standing up and down.
Yep.
We had a kid that was holding a sign that said, "Get out of here, pink team." And then as the pink team left, he scribbled out pink team and wrote, for the next match, he wrote black team on top. So black team, get out. There were so many kids there, and they were so invested in everything. We'll get to the main event of that show, but they chanted from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
They did not stop chanting. It was incredible.
Yeah, there was a lot of interesting people in that crowd that were funny, but it was
we had a whole Vietnam memorial family there too.
I saw that too. Yeah, all of them. They were all wearing shirts with Vietnam War veteran. That was, I mean. I don't know what the deal was with that, but it was everybody in the family just rallying around Grandpa, I guess.
Everyone rallied around Grandpa. It was,
son of the ring. But, I mean, they so we're going to get into it, but they did have, the announcer came out and said, if you're here tonight and you're dressed up like a wrestler and you're a kid, come on down to the ring. We're going to do a little costume competition, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, baby Darby Allin runs down to the ring.
Yeah.
And then...
that dude was so excited. Whenever you guys were going to the bathroom at one point, and I was looking at that Cody signed plaque. They had a Cody signed plaque there, but it wasn't certified, so I couldn't pull the trigger on it. He was so excited, he bought a pack of cards. And that dude, he was so excited to tell me he bought a pack of cards. And he was like, I got the cards, man. And just kept going. I was like, you know what? That kid, he had a full night.
He definitely did. He was giving double bird salutes, and his old man yelled at him. I thought that. Then
we got to talk about that lady that sat in front of us too.
Well, yeah, we had also during that competition, we had another kid make a late entry who came out, and this kid was wearing a satin jacket and had spiky blonde hair
and faux big red boots.
Yeah,
and
it was so great because he
ran
had
down to the ring.
Yeah,
and the announcer goes, "Who are you impersonating?" And before the kid even said anything, in my brain said, "Please say hot stuff Eddie Gilbert." Because the kid looked like fucking Eddie Gilbert. And he said Seth Rollins. Dude, if that kid would have said hot stuff Eddie Gilbert, I'd have thrown my beer straight up in the fucking air.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. So then, and then to make it even stranger, a grown man in a purple hat jumped the barricade and ran into the ring, and it was very awkward. And he called himself the Godfather, and basically was trying to steal the thunder from two children.
And what was awesome was that he was a total heel and
got booed.
And at the end of the day, that ended up working out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would have been really weird if he would have just got cheered like crazy, and those poor kids wouldn't have been able to be guest ring announcers.
If that little Darby Allin kid would have given him a crotch chop and knocked him on the ground, and then gave him the coffin drop, I'd freaking passed out.
Yep.
Oh my!
It's all part of the show.
Yeah, it was such an awesome show. We sat second row, right by the aisle, great seats.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. Mongoose, I know you got the card for the show. You wanna?
Yeah, we opened up with Ken Dixon versus Jeff Gaines.
Dude, Jeff Gaines is a top tier name.
Yep.
What was his nickname?
The Gun Show.
The Gun Show. Yeah.
Yep. And I mean, Jack to the heavens, and came out Rick Rude style. Told everybody how fat and sloppy everybody was going to show us how to do sit-ups. And then Ken Dixon ran down.
Ken Dixon looked awesome.
Yeah. Like a jacked up like an amalgamation of like a Braun Strowman, Jay Briscoe,
A normal
and,
sized Braun Strowman.
Yeah,
And Bart Gunn.
yeah,
Bart Gunn, yeah.
Yeah,
was
that was
awesome.
That was a lot of fun though, man. Great opener. Again, every match was babyface heel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We had Dixon was the babyface, Gaines was the heel. Both of them played it up really well.
Yes.
Everything was good. Crowd heat was awesome. And
Ken
came
Dixon-
with that one, right?
Yeah, and Ken Dixon worked in jeans.
Yes.
Full length jeans. Big shout out to that guy.
Yeah. So that was an awesome opener. Our next match was Dick Dynamo with
Dick
Hellfire
Dynamo.
McGuire, which Hellfire McGuire
What
is
a name, dude.
that is a top tier.
We're going to get
especially-
into more Hellfire McGuire because he played an awesome part in that main event.
Yep,
Yeah, he
yep.
was awesome.
Especially as a manager, dude. Incredible manager name, Dick Dynamo. Sort of like a bizarro Dalton Castle
Yeah.
kind of, but also sort of looked the way that Harry Potter kid does now.
He kind of
Um,
reminded me of like the Riddler a little bit.
Yeah, it was interesting, but it was cool. Versus Alex Devine.
Yeah.
Big time over. I don't know if Devine is in the Black Wall Street faction that was there.
He came
He
out
was.
at
He
the
came
end.
out
Was
at
he-
the
was he
end.
there?
He
Yeah.
must be.
Okay.
He must be in it.
Yeah, so big babyface faction there. He was awesome. High spots, big time.
Oh,
Everything
yeah,
was
his
cool.
I've never
finish.
seen somebody do a splash the way he does it.
Yeah, and the way that he did it, and I'm not super like gymnastics proficient or anything like that, but like almost like a layout. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the way you see like a layout on like a trampoline or
Mhm.
something like that. It was
Yep.
the way that he did it, man, and it was awesome. It was very impressive, and that match was great.
Also signed that little girl's poster on the way out.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Really engaging with the crowd. Everybody was.
There was a
So
lot.
that
Yeah,
was
there was a
cool.
lot of that.
We had Joe Keys, Dante Cavallero, they were their tag team champions versus Brandon Scott and Zakar Shah.
Dude, how about old bird chest, baby?
Yep. In between, we had a little inter show promo with the Trade, which would have been the big heel faction. That
Was it the
Brandon-
trade or the train?
the
I
Trade?
think.
Oh, I thought it said the train, and I was
Yeah, the
I was
Trade.
okay. That makes
Um,
sense.
And that was what Brandon Scott and Zakir Shah were members of. Basically, the champion who was
Robert Locke.
Robert Locke said, "I'm not gonna
It's pretty good.
wrestle anybody. I'm not gonna get down with this."
Mhm.
And then the step-in general manager came in and said, "You're not gonna do it now, but you're gonna do it later, and we're gonna have us a tag team title match." They brought the tag champs out, and I'll tell you what, man. A long time ago, I had something to say about one of those babyface tag team champions, and I'll tell you what,
In person.
live in person to his face, turned around, looked at me, and ever since, apparently he's just been doing push-ups and sit-ups, man, because that dude is swole to the gills.
I think after what you said to him, that guy probably went straight to the gym after
Yeah.
the show. He
Yeah.
never looked back.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you go to the battlegrounds of PWX Fight Society.
Yep. We have Fight Society show, called him in bird chest, just trying to pop the boys, because we were one of like 9 people in the crowd.
And we broke our seats
Yep.
right
yep.
before that.
Yep, he turned the entire way around,
Where
acknowledged
was
me.
this, Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh. it was-
McKeesport.
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus
oh
Christ.
yeah, dude. We took it.
Shout out former Nittany Lion great Brandon Shore.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah. We took us an Uber there that took way too long, and then whenever we got dropped off, we were in a place that was very uncomfortable.
It was a
Um,
church at one point.
It's not a good neighborhood.
No.
Yeah.
McKeesport's not good.
Whenever they blindfolded me because I didn't know what we were doing, and they kept saying like, she's like, you need to tell me why you're taking this guy to McKeesport because I'm not going to take you unless you tell me. She was looking out for her bro, but
Sheesh.
yeah, our Uber driver was a real
Then
one.
we punched her in the face and said, "You're
Going
gonna
to see
do it.
Bird
Yeah,
Chest.
we're gonna do it. You're
We're
gonna do
going
what we
to
say."
Bird Chest.
Yeah, dude. But no, we went there. John ate the oldest nachos
No, traded.
Oh, traded? Okay, so Trey
ate some old musty nachos, and I tried to
Pittsburgh.
buy a $67 Undertaker.
Yeah, a figure that could be found on any eBay site or
For $20.
Secondhand shop for less than $20. And John was so caught in a moment, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, that tag team match was just fine. Babyfaces retained. Next up, we had Mecca and Moses.
Moses did a whole bunch of matches here in this order.
I got it.
Yeah, that Mecca, that tag team match was later.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I was just
that Mecca, the Brian Johnson match with what was the other guy's name?
Moses.
Oh yeah, it was Moses. Yeah, that match was pretty damn good.
Yeah, that was a good match. That was one of the best indie matches I've seen live.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I think Brian Johnson works a pretty good amount as Mecca. I think he's on the circuit pretty heavy.
Oh really?
If I'm not mistaken, but he's pretty good.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah.
And so's Moses, dude. Super athletic. That he freaking jumped over that rope.
Yeah, he came and talked to us before the show and then thanked us for coming to the show.
Yep.
Good guy.
No, that was awesome. And that was because he did that. He was the one dude I wanted a picture with.
Yeah.
Because I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I did. 3-way tag match. We had two guys from Black Wall Street that I don't have their names here. What was one of them? Solo, right?
Solo, the human Terminator.
Enormous.
Yeah.
That guy was fucking big.
Yeah. And then we had Chulo Montana and Yikes. I don't know. Because I don't remember his
I couldn't remember their names. I just know that during the match, those guys peppered out because a Tony D'Angelo lookalike distracted them, and then that's how.
And then also that was
what was that guy? That guy never showed up again.
No,
that was against. Also, they fought
Cash
Carter and Big AC. Big AC was the big dude.
Yeah, Big AC was
huge.
Big AC was huge.
That Solo guy looks like fucking Ahmed Johnson.
Big E. I thought it looked like Big E. Seriously, the way he was put together and everything.
Yeah,
it was a really impressive dude. And for a 3-way tag, they're never the cleanest things, but they did get rid of the Big AC and the Cash Carter or whatever his name was.
There was something really good in that match. When the fake D'Angelo came out and distracted AC. And AC went and jumped off the fucking apron onto the floor to go chase him.
Yes.
The other guy who he was partnered with.
Yes.
He timed it really well and dove for the tag.
Yes.
At the exact moment exact moment that AC's head turned where he wouldn't see his partner's hand come down.
Yes.
And I looked at Chris, I was like, that was really fucking good.
It was.
Yeah, so awesome. It was really well timed. Buddy jumped off the mat, as you said, turned so he didn't see, so his partner wasn't mad at him because he didn't see it, and then left, and as he left was doing one of those not mad at his partner, but just mad that brother, you're costing us this match kind of deals. That was awesome. We had the what else do we have here? They initially changed that triple threat tag match. The Sigma Mills were actually supposed to be in there.
The Sigma Mills were in the match in the second.
Correct.
They were in with Bushwhacker.
Right. Yeah. But they were initially.
Who was supposed to be in there with Luke?
Well, the Luke match was actually supposed to be on the initial card. Was supposed to be Big AC, Kazman Lee, and Cash Carter.
Did somebody not show up? Is that what happened?
Was it because of Andretti not showing up?
That could
No,
be.
not you, Andretti.
I know,
He's not anymore on this.
Can we talk about that for a second? You know how embarrassing that is, dude? To have my own fucking nephew not show up at a show.
Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit, man.
I'm going to give my sister an earful about that tomorrow.
How many times do we
I texted him and I told him he's an asshole, but I can't believe that dude just no show.
Yeah, what a dick. You don't fucking get booked and not show up, damn it.
I'm taking him out of the pit crew.
To his credit,
that's the second time it's happened to us.
Yeah.
Juventud Guerrera and Action Andretti are now tag team.
They're
Podski
pieces of
universe.
shit.
Yeah.
The POSs.
Yeah. The pieces of shit. Fuck you, Juventud.
High fly.
Juventud had a chance.
Flyers. The new rockers, dude. They're the rockers
of No
Podski,
Show in Town.
Of Podski.
Yeah.
Action Andretti and Juventud.
Send them back to Continental. Fucking, I'm still pissed about Juventud not showing up at that fucking show.
You know what pissed me off even more than that?
Because that Relentless show sucked.
What pissed me off even more, that was bad. We were waiting for him the whole night. If we knew he wasn't coming, we went left.
Yeah.
But what pissed me off even more than that was the next day when we were at the Ukrainian Center and we were talking, and I overheard the security guy talking about the Relentless show.
Yeah.
And I said to him, yeah, they billed Hoovy to show up, and the guy never showed up. He went, so? And I went, well, don't you think that's kind of fucked up? They're selling tickets based on this guy coming in. As of today,
yeah.
As of earlier in the day,
They literally posted a thing that said he was coming that night.
Yeah, and they never even put anything that he wasn't coming. And then the guy was like, yeah, well, so what?
Yeah, I wanted to.
Dude, you think that's okay? Dude?
I wanted to clothesline that guy.
You think that's okay to do that?
Yeah, I wanted to clothesline that guy.
That guy was anyway.
But back to this MCW show. That tag match was awesome.
Yeah,
there was some really good stuff in there, like you had mentioned with that tag.
That was great. Yeah.
And then was that after? Did Bushwhacker Luke come out after that? Dude, Bushwhacker Luke.
So Bushwhacker Luke, we can just go to that since you brought it up. So Bushwhacker Luke was there. Bushwhacker Luke, Podski famous because of the love that we gave him for his Royal Rumble appearance where Bushwhacker walked in, got tossed right the hell out, and Bushwhacker walked out.
That was awesome.
Yeah, fantastic.
Is that a Pat Patterson thing?
It had to have been, dude.
That had to be Pat.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. But he was there, dude, and he teamed with Lord Diaz and Diego Cruz.
Like those guys got a little bit of heat with me. Those two.
Lord, tell us why. You're right. You're right.
I'm going to tell. Okay, maybe it's just nitpicking. I get it, and I know maybe the card changed, and you don't got time to do stuff. But there's Army Navy stores everywhere. But here's my thing: once in a lifetime opportunity to be in a 6-man tag with a Bushwhacker.
Yeah.
You know you're going to be on that team. You know how he's dressing. How the hell are you and your tag team partner not out there in camo freaking
pants and a black tank top?
In a black tank top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you not dude? If I was in a freaking tag team match with Bushwhacker Luke, once in a lifetime chance, I would be coming to the ring as Bushwhacker Andretti.
Yeah. No,
I would not be billed as the Camber County Corner just Andretti.
Yeah.
I would be Bushwhacker just coming to the ring.
I agree.
And they could build me from Alice Springs, Australia.
And here's why he's triple right.
It's in the middle of freaking nowhere.
Is that like your real place?
That's real.
Okay, I was gonna say I didn't know if you were trying to.
The reason why you're triple right is like even CM Punk painted his face like Sting.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean. Like that's why you do it.
Yeah.
Is because when you got a chance to do those kinds of things, you do those kinds of things.
What's the thing like I was telling you guys about that? The dude that was it Fantastic Mania where those dudes?
I love that name.
Those dudes. Who's the guy in CMLL that plays the spirit? Like
Ted Nugent
spirit.
Oh,
the dude with the white face
and Tanahashi and all those guys all dressed up like that. Yeah.
That was awesome. That was so awesome to do that.
Right.
But I mean, how do you not take advantage of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many freaking Army Navy stores we passed today?
Between 100
here in central Pennsylvania.
Literally a bunch.
And it was like, dude, like even if they got that phone call this morning, and it was like, hey man, you're gonna be tagging with Bushwhacker Luke at the show tonight, I'd be like, straight to the Army Navy store.
Or buying camo
my
pants.
Tag team partner being like, I need your fucking pants size right now. We're tag teaming with freaking Luke. We're coming out as the freaking Bushwhackers, dude.
Yeah.
How do you not do that?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I agree though. It was a missed opportunity for sure.
But those guys did a hell of a job.
Yep.
I mean, they did.
They were great.
Once you got over the gear, it was
and the heels were the Sigma males, and
Sigma males met the leader of the pack in the bathroom.
And here's
he said, "What's up, brother?"
What's up, brother?
He said, "What's up, brother?"
And here's the best part about that match.
Did he wash his hands though? I don't remember.
Oh,
you know what? It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail you there.
Yeah. But no, but the best part of that was that Bushwhacker Luke is obviously in his twilight years and has been working for 50 of them. And so he could not move well.
No.
But he's a legend. Over like Rover, man. Everybody was all about it. And the Sigma males were an uppity, and I'm glad that they made that change, seeing what that card was.
Yeah.
Because the Sigma males were one of those like uppity, better than you types.
Yeah.
And every time Bushwhacker Luke would raise his arm, they would, pantomime like, oh, he stinks, he's gross. And so they didn't want to wrestle him, which was a way to pop the crowd, and it was throwing them off their game and everything else. And so they played perfect heels, man. And then we also got to see Bushwhacker Luke take down his pants to expose a singlet that I'm trying to think of a wrestler that would have worn that type of singlet.
Andre.
Well, because
Andre.
because would it have been? Yeah, I guess it would have been Andre, because it didn't have.
It didn't go down the leg.
The Kurt Angle, halfway
It had
down.
no legs in the singlet.
Yeah. And he pulled them things up, and he exposed the cheeks, and he stink-faced one of those Sigma males, and my God, man, it brought the entire house down. That was
right in our
else.
that was right in our faces.
Yeah.
Bushwhacker Luke's ass was in our faces.
Yeah, that was absolutely something else. And I'll tell you what, dude, Bushwhacker Luke's a worker, dude. He's a worker because he knew what he could do and he knew what he couldn't do.
He actually was in the ring longer tonight than I thought he would be.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yep.
Let me ask you a question. Who's a better worker in 2023? Is it Bushwhacker Luke or Hiroshi Tanahashi?
Well,
they both move similarly.
I'll tell you what, dude. Bushwhacker Luke has a more diverse moveset right now. We did not see him try to climb to the top.
You don't see Tanahashi's bare ass out there on the show. I guarantee you that. Go Ace and ass.
No, that was awesome, and that's how you do service to a legend, man.
That's all you gotta do.
Showcase them, and you pick the right heels.
Play the hits, like you said. Play the hits.
Yep. Play the hits, and you have the right heels. That doesn't matter if they take a loss; it's not going to hurt them. And yeah,
the 6-man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not going to hurt them.
You put a guy like that into a 6-man tag.
Yep. Absolutely perfect. We had the women's tag team championship was Gia Scott and Emily J versus Simone Valentina, who was also the valet for our man Jeff Gaines.
Mm-hmm.
She teamed with Christina Marie, who had just recently apparently joined the Trade faction.
Yes.
And we saw the heels go over. Now, I don't know if they changed tag team championship hands there.
I don't think they did.
Because they had said that was the tag title match, right?
I think,
yeah.
Right?
I think so. No.
I don't know.
No, that one wasn't a tag match. I think that woman
Oh, you know what? I'm looking at this.
Gia Scott is the women's.
Gia Scott is their women's champ. So that
Gia Scott was awesome.
Yeah,
she's good.
Yeah,
she was really good.
Yeah, she's been around for a little while. She is really good.
Yeah, but perfectly fine women's tag. We had the heels go over, and the heels go over because of a little chicanery, but again, a wonderful match. Everything was fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had look here. My favorite match on the show was Miami Mike Walker versus Miles Hawkins.
Oh my, Miles Hawkins dude was awesome.
Yeah, they both got something, man. Both those guys. I mean, the freaking crowd was all over Mike Walker.
Yeah, Mike Walker was freaking sweet too.
Yep, Mike Walker,
fellow Miami lover.
Yep, not to be confused with the Mike Walker of the
Walker Texas Ranger.
No, I was going to say Steelers fan. But yeah, so this was we had Hellfire McGuire.
Oh, buddy,
was the manager of Miami Mike Walker,
dude,
and Hellfire McGuire took the manager bump of the century here.
He was fantastic.
Yeah,
and the greatest referee Stone Cold Stunner I've ever seen, and the greatest bump that nobody has sold. He sold in one sell of a stunner
that Vince has never done in 30 years.
He's tried.
Combined.
He's tried.
Tried.
But he
the
interfered.
dude's Tony Stark sunglasses went flying into the second row.
Yeah, he interfered, and the referee cut him off and said, "You can't do this. You got to get out of here." And he said, "Make me." And she kicked him in the guts and stunned him. And his stun cell had his sunglasses fly off his face, spit cell style, up over the rope and into the
crowd.
Right into the crowd. Right into the kids.
And everybody exploded.
Yep. And then we had our boy Miles Hawkins goes over, wins the match, and
the other thing about old boy McGuire,
I was gonna say that referees came down to pick him up and carry him out. Is that he was unconscious?
He
and
was
had to be carried
awesome.
out by MCW officials.
He was almost this might be the best indie manager I think I've ever seen live. He was better than the guy that we saw when we went to Santino Bros. The guy that was with Chi Cabrera, the water.
Yeah.
That guy was really good, but
Yeah.
this guy was way better.
Yeah, I forgot about Chi Cabrera.
Chi Cabrera was awesome, but he didn't come to our side to interact too much because of the hard cam. But whenever he did something in the ring, it looked, with interference wise, it looked good. It made sense in the match. It was successful, and he didn't do too much. Like, he wasn't stealing the spotlight. He just stole the spot, basically.
Yeah.
It was great. He was awesome.
Yep. And then our main event was Drawlix versus the heavyweight champion Robert Locke. Hollywood street fight, and it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. There was nothing, no gratuitous, pizza cutters, jigsaws. You know what I mean?
Nothing in the crowd even.
That was.
I kind of like that though. They probably. I feel like they probably couldn't because of the kids.
There's a lot of kids. There were like
There's so many kids.
That's why it was
awesome.
really cool. Is that because there were so many kids, and then I looked at the thing that Andretti sent me before we went down. There was like almost an FAQ that was asked about kids, and it was like half of our audience is kids.
Yeah.
Our shows are tailored to kids.
And they did not. They were awesome.
Yeah. And so it was a lot of fun for a street fight. There were chairs, there were trash cans, there was a stop sign, there was all those things, but there was no blood, there were no thumbtacks, no barbed wire. Again,
to the chagrin of the children yelling, "We want!"
Yeah, we want tables.
Dude, the kids yelling, "We want tables!" They chanted that from the time they saw that table, which was like 2 minutes into that match, and they chanted it until they ate the pin, which was like 20 minutes later. It was insanity.
Side note: Edie Falco is on TV right now, and I remember going on a date with a girl one time in LA and told her she looked like Edie Falco, and she took it as an insult, and I thought I was saying something really nice because I thought Edie Falco was kind of hot back then.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, that was the end of that. Anyway, back to the action. I'm getting a little deep into the Pendleton here. Oh,
yeah.
Fucking, I gotta get another one.
Yeah, here's all these. Also, not only do we just see Edie Falco, but we see a bunch of abused animals because this is an ASPCA commercial.
I'm over here thinking of chicks.
Yeah. Nothing makes me think of exes like abused animals.
Christ.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, yeah, but an absolutely killer show. It was awesome.
Yeah, great time. Yep. Anybody that is close to the next MCW show, wherever that may be, go.
Yes.
I think they'll run Mania.
Hopefully they make the trek up there to Philly.
Because they're pretty close. They seem like they've got a pretty good following. So hopefully they'll run Mania. Goose, can I sweep it?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, swing in there, brother. All right,
John Bond. Why don't you transition us to the next?
Anything else you want to say about that show or anything? We got what else? Anything else happen there we need to touch on?
I don't think so.
Put over one more time. Thank you, MCW, for booking Bushwhacker Luke
Yes.
absolutely perfectly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seriously, that was so fun.
That was definitely one of the best wrestling shows I've probably ever been to.
Yeah, it was really good. Tell you what, it's better than that damn ROH show we went to.
Yeah.
That's a you problem.
I know. All right, so the other thing we're going to do tonight, too, is we're going to do our mid-year awards. So we do the yearly awards at the end of the year. Since we're halfway through this fine year of 2023, we are going to give you an up to, as of right now, who we believe or what we believe should be the award winners or should be in the talk for later in the year.
The front runners.
The front runners, basically, yeah. So, as all of you know, we do we start with our match of the year. Match of the year so far, it's a no-brainer. It's Omega Ospreay 2 from Forbidden Door.
And so here's the thing: is it Omega Ospreay 2 or is it Omega Ospreay 1? I was waiting.
I rank them both the same.
I
don't
think you're wrong, but you go.
I say 2 for me, and it's probably just recency bias, but I don't know the way that I felt like there was a little bit more of aggressiveness in the second one that the first one didn't have, and I think that they were a lot more willing to take a little bit more risk, obviously, in the second one, and I just felt like it was just a smidge more superior to 1.
So, and do you know why I would say 2? Is because to me, Omega Okada 2, is probably. If Omega and Okada didn't have the best 2 out of 3 falls match, and I actually don't even want to bring that into consideration because I think that's probably going to be the best wrestling match that I'm ever going to see. Like, and just in terms of everything, storytelling, technicality, they didn't.
That's the third one, correct?
Fourth one.
The fourth one.
The
I'm
third
sorry.
one was the G1.
Is that the Change the World?
That's the Change the World
Okay.
one. And so I can't even bring that in because it's 2 out of 3. There's a stipulation to it.
Yeah.
So in terms of a pure wrestling match, I thought that Omega Okada 2 was probably as good as it can get, and I thought that Ospreay Omega 2 was better than Omega Okada 2. I did.
So you think that goes down as the best wrestling? I think it is better for me.
And the reason that I thought it was better was, number one, there was a finish, and the thing that with Omega and Okada 2 is that end sequence where Okada's trying to get the Rainmaker and he can't get it, and then it's we have the time limit draw. There was real drama there, and we actually did get a finish in the Omega match, clean as a sheet, or Omega Ospreay match, clean as a sheet. But I'm telling you, man, you said about there was like brutality and there was blood, but there was blood that was like warranted. And man, that was Magistrate, man. I thought that was absolutely awesome. So yes, I have that as my 1. I have Omega Ospreay 1 as my 2, and then I have Danielson and MJF as 3. And I think that we pretty much all agree that you can interchange Omega Ospreay as your 1. And then are we in agreement that we have the Iron Man match is the third best match this year?
I have Iron Man match on my top.
The only other one that I wrote down that as an honorable mention was Danielson Takeshita from Dynamite early in the year.
Absolutely.
For being like a weekly show.
Yep.
It was pretty good for being just a weekly show
that's
on television.
That's why I mentioned bring it up. But
I
agree with you guys with the others.
Yep. And go ahead, John. Hit us with the worth mentioning.
The other ones that I have mentioned in here are the Mercedes Moné versus Kairi Sane at Battle in the Valley.
That's the best women's match this year.
Yeah.
And and in a year where Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair tore it down.
Yes.
Like that was
They're not
great.
even mentioned in our list, but
that was
is
great.
yes.
And they tore it down, but that's the best women's match of the year. And
I would
also
say it was Mercedes Moné and Stephanie McCare is one of those matches too.
Yeah.
From Long Beach.
Oh yeah. The other one I have here is Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest at Backlash, and just because the
spectacle, man,
spectacle,
yes. Yeah, and fun and engaging and drama. Yeah, that was we talked about that match that just happened where Roman got pinned. Half of that match, nobody needs to watch.
Mm-hmm.
All of that Bad Bunny match was awesome. From the moment he comes out, when the crowd's screaming his song, until the very end of it, that really, really was compelling stuff, man.
Yeah, the another match here is the Elite versus House of Black at Revolution.
And just worth mentioning. Yep, great match.
The Omega versus Vikingo on Dynamite.
Yeah.
Yep, and that was if Andretti had not brought up the Danielson Takeshita match, I'm saying that's number one with a bullet, best TV match of the year. But that Danielson Takeshita match is way up there. Mm-hmm. It really, really, really is. But I'm telling you, man, I knew that Vikingo and Omega would be good, and I wasn't ready for how good it was going to be. Mm-hmm. Like my expectations were surpassed. Similar to what Ospreay did. The Ospreay matches were the same thing, man.
Yeah.
Is that like, here I am thinking, okay, so here's the two best guys in the world. Show me what you got. And oh my God. And that for a TV match, dude, that was insane. So I'm really hoping that the return's supposed to be coming up in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm sure that that's 6 stars before you start.
Oh yeah. The last one I got here, or last couple that I got to mention here, is Grayson Waller versus Johnny Gargano at Stand and Deliver. Mark Briscoe versus Jay Lethal on Dynamite, which was Mark Briscoe's first match on Dynamite. And the Vikingo Commander Black Taurus 3-way at the Mark Hitchcock Memorial Show.
That was unbelievable live, man.
Yeah, it was unbelievable live. That show was so crazy. But yeah. So pretty much that we're giving Omega Ospreay 2 and 1, interchangeable 1.
And we said in the car on the way down here that the only thing that beats them is if they do it again.
Yeah, if they do it again at Wembley.
Yeah, that'd be it.
So moment of the year is our next category, and we've had a lot of moments in.
Just take this and go through the. Why don't you just go through the list?
Yeah, so I have Mercedes Moné debuting in New Japan at Wrestle Kingdom 17.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Because you go.
Huge moment for women's wrestling, because she went out of the States to train a little bit before she went over there. Her leaving WWE is a big deal. Her signing with New Japan is a huge deal. I don't know what happened with the crowd.
And I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt is that because they are at Wrestle Kingdom, that would be a New Japan crowd, not a Stardom crowd, not any, and that doesn't say that your New Japan crowd watches WWE. And so I'm assuming that either she wasn't known or she wasn't known by enough people for it to be a 10,000 people screaming reaction. But that was a wild reaction, dude, because it was huge. Her entrance was huge. Her video package was awesome. Yeah, like all that. She comes in there, and the other thing that was not good about that is that she botched that. They did botch that spot. That whatever she calls that not the bank statement. The maybe money maker.
Yeah.
the CEO blow, whatever that is. Yeah, that didn't go particularly well. But the impact of it in terms of what it meant, huge. The moment, weird.
Was it
I'm
because
going to say that, just weird.
Was the crowd dead, or were they just not mic'd properly?
I don't. It could be either or.
I'm gonna say, and the reason I'm gonna say dead is that was the same show that had Omega Ospreay, and
they were
losing their minds.
Yeah, they were pretty loud.
I don't know if this plays into it at all, but it was the worst kept secret in the world that she was going to show up.
Well, yeah, so was CM Punk too,
and that's the counter argument. Is so was CM Punk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so was Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So, and then we have Sammy turning on the Bloodline at Royal Rumble. And then the Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens versus the Usos main eventing WrestleMania Night 1. That's pretty big. Like a tag team match main eventing WrestleMania. It's a pretty big deal.
And you guys were there.
Yeah.
At home, WrestleMania Night 1, I was willing to say after that was the best WrestleMania ever.
Oh yeah.
Now the thing
us
about
leaving the building, we thought that.
And the thing about night 2 is that it wasn't bad. It just didn't match night 1. That night 1 was awesome.
That night 1, I don't think you could have had a better show.
Yep.
I don't think it would have even matched in fans' minds if Rhodes would have won the belt.
Yeah,
I don't think it would.
I don't think it would. Yeah, no, I agree. And then we got a shout out to our buddy Dan. We love you, Dan. We were disappointed we didn't see you tonight at MCW, but it was really
Dare
good.
he not be at Maryland Championship Wrestling?
Right. Yeah.
Bullshit.
Dan Barry. Why
He's not on the
why don't
PLS
you
list.
follow us around to the one show we all go together?
Why are you
every
sticking
year?
to the Northeast, Dan?
Yeah.
We need you not just at
You need to
Wrestling
down-
Open. You need to be at MCW.
Yeah.
I mean, he followed us the whole way over to WrestleMania in LA.
And you know what? He actually did follow you guys. That's the thing is, I say, how dare you not? He actually did follow you guys to LA.
So, yes, so we love you, Dan. Shout out Dan Barry for making it on WrestleMania. That was a huge moment for not only yourself, but for us here at the Podski. We love you, Dan.
Dude, we freaking popped so loud.
Dude, we yelled.
Everyone looked at us because we were screaming about Dan Barry being on the freaking Tron.
Yes. We screamed for him. We're like, there's Dan! Go, Dan!
3 doors, Dan.
And literally, everyone looked at us like we were psychotic idiots. Loved it. I got Logan Paul and Ricochet with that maneuver at Royal Rumble.
That'll be in every video package for the next 60 years.
Yep. And that's when you talk moments, man. That's up there.
That's the Edge spear
for that exact reason. That's up there.
Yeah. We got the Bad Bunny entrance, the moment at Backlash.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think we can name a bigger moment, like entrance-wise, other than maybe Cody coming out at WrestleMania, but it doesn't even match that Backlash reaction. Or Buddy, Savio Vega.
Well, Quang came out without a mask.
Quang Unmasked came out.
Yep.
It took a long time, but we got Quang to reveal who he really is.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we did. Finally figured it out.
Yep. Who'd have thought the guy from the Orient was actually the guy from Puerto Rico?
I can't stop thinking about how great that is. That he came out as fucking Quang and quanged him out, dude.
As
He
Savio
quanged him
Vega.
out.
He went karate stance. He gave Quang shots. he did Quang Fu. That was absolutely perfect, man. And dude, that crowd just ate all that up. That was absolutely wonderful.
That was so
Yep.
awesome.
Next on the moment of the year, I feel like this is something that they're not even done yet doing this, but what this means for the business is pretty huge. The fact that AEW sold 60,000 tickets for the first week of that Wembley show. In 1 week of ticket sales, they sold 60,000, and they're sitting at over 80 now, with a little bit of what is it, like 2 months to go?
Yep.
They're gonna sell that out for sure.
What do we ever get an idea about what that place will hold for a wrestling event?
They 90.
90.
Yeah, and they're like 5,000.
Well, it's like you guys were saying in the car, dude. They'll comp it if they have to.
They're less than 5,000 away.
They're gonna sell that place out.
Yeah, there's gonna be 9,000 people there.
They're less than 5,000, I think. Last I counted, because they put up a count this week and it was like at 85.
That's unbelievable, dude. Yeah. You think about how good a business WWE did over there for Money in the Bank and for Clash at the Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, if you're WWE, you're taking Mania.
Yeah,
to London.
That's why
you have to do it.
That's why they did.
How many more examples do you need? Like Money in the Bank at the O2. The O2 is fucking huge. Number one, they did huge business in Cardiff with that show.
Yeah.
Wembley, they're 85 out of 90 in the building already. Like, dude, it's time. It's time to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and the thing is the Mania at Wembley sells out.
Will it be at Wembley?
Out.
Well, I guess it probably is the biggest venue. Right?
They won't.
I don't know
go
what the
there.
O2 hold. I don't. The O2 doesn't hold 90, but I don't know what it holds.
They won't.
I'll tell you what. Being outside that place and walking around that place is freaking enormous.
They won't go there if it's not Wembley, dude.
Yeah, it's got to be
The only
Wembley.
reason that was even brought up is because of this Wembley show, and it's because they want. Not if AEW sells it out, that's one thing. WWE wants to be able to say we sold it out in a week.
Just out of curiosity, and I know that Wembley's bigger than these places, but like, what does Chelsea and what do they hold?
I don't know. I can look.
50?
I would say like maybe Tottenham might be close.
Tottenham just built a new stadium, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that all those EPL teams are comparable to an NFL stadium.
So you think they're probably like 60, 70?
Yeah, I might be wrong, but I'm assuming that you have.
But they're not
50,
the
60,
big
70.
house in Michigan.
Right.
That new Tottenham stadium only holds 62.
Okay.
Yep.
So Wembley's freaking another
enormous.
Huge, another
Like that
50%
Beaver
bigger.
Stadium.
Yeah.
Beaver's bigger than that.
Yeah. Well, Beaver Stadium's the second biggest one in the country.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, actually, I don't even know who number one is at this point.
Big house still.
Still.
Because they keep making alterations just to stay above Penn State.
But Penn State's number 2 and Tennessee's number 3? Neyland Stadium's still number 3?
I think Neyland's right behind him, yeah.
That place is enormous too, man.
Yeah.
So
Campus.
do we have any more to go through?
We got Jay turning on Roman at Night of Champions in that SmackDown. We have Roman taking the pin at the Money in the Bank. His first time he's taken a pin in 3 years.
Let me ask you guys a question real quick while we're talking about this. Like, we know that shit is important. Like, the smart marks know stuff is important. But do you think that the average fan actually understands that dude hasn't been pinned in 3 years?
No.
And how big of a deal that is?
Because they haven't done that shit like that in forever.
Because we talk about all the little shit that Omega does all the time, right? I mean, like, do people actually appreciate?
They won't until it's brought up in a video package of some sort.
Well,
later.
and that's the thing about all of this is that with the Roman reign specifically is that frustrates me is that I know that this is all tailored to be a video package later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is that because he wrestled 4 times this year for the title, that this is all very strategic. That all being said, look, man, if I'm picking the moment of the year, we're agreeing so far that the moment is AEW's first day ticket sales being 60,000, right? Like
First week.
First day was 35, but still.
Excuse me.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, man.
So first week being 60,000, that's the most important thing. But the moment, I couldn't tell you if it's Sammy turning, or if it's Jimmy kicking Roman, or if it's Jay joining Jimmy, or if it's Roman getting pinned. But it's all that storyline.
That storyline.
So
is
that
so
like
fucking
it's
good.
that. So if one is them selling those tickets, 1A or 2 is 2A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and they're all Bloodline stuff,
Yeah.
man. And so the reality of it is that, oh boy, like I get frustrated because I know that WWE is the marketing machine, but my God, do it better, I dare you. Because they can't. No, you can't. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good, man.
And look, we don't need to get too deep in the weeds on this right now, but like they believe they have to reset precedent with these belts. So getting him to 1,000 or to 1,200, whatever the hell it's going to end up being, or 1,500 even, I don't know, is the new benchmark for everybody that comes past him in the next 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they had Belair hold the belt for a year. That's why the Usos are the quote-unquote greatest tag team champions of all time. Maybe they are. I don't know. We need to get into that right now. But like, it just feels like there was an internal decision made that we have to reset the benchmark of who everybody's going to be compared to. Because I don't think it's even remotely fair to compare Reigns to Pedro Morales or to Backlund, who were terrific.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, come on, dude.
I think
it's just not the same thing.
I think it's a Triple H thing.
Probably.
Or maybe it's a Bruce thing too.
That could be a Nick Khan thing.
To me, that's branding.
Yeah.
And branding is Nick Khan.
Yeah, you're right.
And so I don't know. If I'm venturing to guess, that's what I'm saying.
It's smart.
Yeah.
Because we don't need to have every women's champion compared to Wendy Richter.
No.
Right? Or freaking Moolah. Right? But now we compare him to Bianca, who's had the belt for a year.
Yeah. I don't think we should be comparing anyone to Moolah. But yeah, and then the last two, I have Kenny kicking out at that one winged angel at Forbidden Door during that.
That's my favorite moment of the year.
It was
that
so
like
good.
that was my favorite. That doesn't mean it's the best. And
yes.
My second favorite would be the Jay turn on Roman.
Yeah.
Because Sammy we knew was coming. Jay we didn't know which way the story would go.
Yeah.
And when Jay said, hey, so you're out and I'm out too, boom, that was awesome.
The other thing that was
awesome.
The other thing that we missed too was the Raw 30 when they did the trial of Roman Reigns and Jay kicked Sammy.
Yeah.
That was pretty great too.
Good, but
it's still all part of the bloodline.
But when we look at bloodline stuff, I don't think
it's not.
Not that it's not worth mentioning, but I don't think it deserves the list.
I mean, you talk about that, like him kicking out on the one, and certain people who cover this industry having a problem with that. But it's okay when the Ultimate Warrior does it, or when Hogan did it, or I don't know, Kevin Nash, whatever. Goldberg kicks out. Undertaker sits up after a big move, right?
Yeah.
All that stuff is totally okay. Let me tell you something. You make a list right now of the top 10 matches that we've seen in the last 10 years. There's one name that keeps coming up on that list. Whether or not you like that guy or he's your type of style, you can't deny that this dude is every bit as popular and every bit as important as some of these people that we talk about like they're in the freaking Hall of Legends.
Yep.
Hanny Omega is extremely talented.
Kenny Omega.
He's not my favorite wrestler, but he's extremely talented.
Yeah, Kenny Omega is hands down. I'm not saying figure sales, anything else. Kenny Omega is better than Macho Man. And Macho Man is like one of the most loved people of all time. But I got news for you, dude. Put Macho and Steamboat, which is Macho's best match, against any of Kenny's top 10 best matches, and it ain't there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, and I'm only saying in ring. I'm only saying in ring. I'm not saying character.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all the promo, all that other stuff, because Macho's he's on another level, but. It is insane, dude. And the thing with that one kick out, that kick out at one, if you want to go comparatively, everybody go on your Peacocks and go to WrestleMania 11 and watch Diesel kick out at 1 when Shawn Michaels super kicks him.
Yeah.
And watch the entire arena boo at "We know you're spoon feeding us, Diesel's a superstar." And then you watch Kenny Omega kick out of the One-Winged Angel at 1 when nobody's ever kicked out of the One-Winged Angel but Kota Ibushi. And we don't even bring that up. So to the AEW audience, no one's ever kicked out of the One-Winged Angel, and Kenny kicks out of it at 1. That crowd explodes.
Yeah.
So
Dude, if it works,
Michaels super kicks Diesel, boos. Kenny kicks out, the biggest pop on a show that had an insanely hot crowd. Yeah, you go ahead.
If it works, it's right.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't real.
Yep.
So if it works,
Create moments, man.
that's what it is.
Absolutely.
It's about creating, and that is a WWE thing right now. Like you were talking about video packages.
They're on fire. They're on fire.
Dude, they're doing things specifically for the documentary.
Yeah.
That's going to come out about the Bloodline. That's what it is.
That documentary is going to be so damn
And it's going to be the greatest thing we've ever seen.
Yep.
It's going to be the greatest.
That video.
The video packages they put
That
together
sold
get better and better.
the Civil War. I watched that with my father-in-law, man, and
It goosebumps, bro.
when we got done with it, and then they brought out the Bloodline and Roman for the go home angle, my father-in-law, who does not watch wrestling as much as he tells me he does, was ready
Big
to
Naito fan.
Big Naito fan.
He was ready to buy Bloodline shirts. Like he was like, I need a new shirt.
There were a lot of Uso shirts tonight in that crowd.
Yeah.
Yes, there was. Yeah. And then the final moment that
Let me say one thing about that.
Go ahead.
That crowd tonight,
Yeah.
heavily Caucasian,
Yeah.
rural America,
Mhm.
tons of Bloodline stuff, dude.
Yeah.
That is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you have to create the moments.
Yeah.
And that's why you reset the precedent and the benchmark. And I think it's all connected, man. All this stuff is connected.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
That's okay. The last thing I have on the list here is Okada tapping out for the first time since 2015 at that Forbidden Door show.
I mean, I wish more people understood that.
Yep.
The importance of that.
Yep. And we have Kevin Kelly's the best in the business, and I don't think that he didn't know that, and I'm not saying that he didn't say that because I'm not sure if he said it or not. I can't remember, but if I'm Bryan Danielson, when I come back or his next big promo off of him having a broken arm, I'm saying that 1,000 times, and because they have a good relationship with New Japan, I'm showing the last time he did. And I'm showing when he did now.
I can't imagine that Kelly missed it. He might have said it.
He very well could have.
That seems like something that like Gato and him and even Okada would be like, you got to make sure you say this.
Yeah, but Okada was the main event guy. His first main event was 2012, and he has tapped out 2 times. One to Nakamura in 2015 and to Bryan Danielson.
What did Nakamura tap him out with?
I didn't see the match, so I don't know. I know it happened, but I didn't see the match, so I don't know.
Crippler crossface.
What if he just Kinshasa'd him until he
just gave up?
Yeah, just 39 kicks to the back of the head. Yeah.
All right, so that leads us into our next category, the move of the year. So the move of the year is a maneuver, and I don't know why I had to reiterate what that was.
With Vince language.
Yeah, I'm turning into Vince slowly but surely.
Well, you book like him, so
I do book like him in my show. Oh, Jesus.
I'm sorry. That's really callous. I'm sorry. Hashtag JC for Heisman.
Yeah, really. So if you're new to listening to the pods here, you should check out.
Although it's kind of bullshit to check. I'm drunk right now, so I'm gonna shoot from the hip. JC bringing in 99 overall characters that are made by other people on that game, like Red Flame.
No, the Red Flame. The Red Flame just
Andre the Giant. They could jump around like freaking Ultimate Dragon.
Fucking Red Flame is just enhancement talent.
Oh my god!
But he's putting him in a big angle with Cody Rhodes. He looks fantastic. He'd be your favorite wrestler of all time.
It's not, dude. If he's Andre's size and jumps around like Ultimate Dragon,
he literally does, and he wears a mask that has like Darth Maul horns. And
dude, I thought he was gonna say that is red with a flame. I was gonna shit my pants. But I was literally, I'm right here, dude. I was just gonna explode and then just raise 40 feet out of this chair because of the dump that I'd have taken because he would have said it's red with a flame on it.
Oh god.
He wears like Jake the Snake flame pants, basically, and his legs are so thick that like the material that they need to create those boots is unreal. However, yes, so that is Hot Shots Wrestling, and you can catch that on our YouTube. We do watch along, so you can watch how as we.
So he just has him on main event. He has him facing Tozawa every week.
No, he's facing Cody Rhodes. He's literally in like his main event.
You said that. I should have listened. Yeah.
And then I have Boogeyman.
Should have it's Tozawa.
Talk about a guy being wasted up there.
Yeah. Red Flame this week is facing Tozawa. Next week is wrestling Dana Brooke.
I think my favorite Tozawa moment was whenever he was sitting with his legs open, and the Viking Raiders were throwing bowling balls at his crotch. Was that him?
Yes, absolutely it was.
When they were freaking ninjas on dirt bikes?
Absolutely.
God.
Absolutely it was.
What are we doing?
Why aren't we doing more of that?
That's War Machine, dude.
Yeah, that's War Machine.
That's War Machine.
They ain't the War Machine anymore.
They ain't the War Machine anymore.
God almighty, those guys, man. You know the bad thing about that is they're going to get probably eventually released. And they're going to go to AEW, and we're going to be excited, and they're not going to do shit at AEW.
Well, where they should go if they get released is they should go to Japan.
Yeah.
Like seriously, they should.
I don't think Homeboy's going over there with Sarah Logan having a newborn baby. You know what I mean?
You're actually right about that.
Speaking of people we don't even know to see again.
Dude, she is fucking good. She's fucking good, dude.
Yeah, well, her gimmick sucks.
She was not great in NXT. They pulled her up. She was legitimately getting better, and then she ended up getting hurt, or she got pregnant, or whatever. And now then they brought her back with this stupid Valhalla bullshit
that she stole.
That she stole from Maxie Impaler.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't. I'm sure somebody gave that to her to do it.
Right.
Somebody stole it from Maxie Impaler.
Yeah. So back on track here a little bit. So make sure if you check out the archives of the Podski, wherever you get your podcasts. If you want to watch that, and that's WWE 2K23 that JC and I do. We do Hot Shots Wrestling, and you can catch that on YouTube. It's Let's Play, so you can check all that out. But back to the move or maneuver of the year.
Dude, we're still on this.
We never went through them.
I don't think we named any of them.
We didn't name a single one.
We didn't name one move.
No. Or maneuver. Number one on the list, by a mile, is the Samoan Spike by Solo Sikoa.
Yeah.
I want to take another victory lap again because I had a vision of Solo and that he was the key catalyst in this Bloodline story. And what they've done getting that Samoan Spike over in these past 7 months, not even 7 months, what they've done in the last 4 months is absolutely insane. And
that's what I mean about resetting the precedent.
Yeah.
Because they've made moves important again.
Yes.
And that people were complaining, I can't believe Cody lost just by that one move. Dude, he got hit in the throat by a guy who specializes in hitting people in the throat.
With a thumb.
I mean, that they're reestablishing professional wrestling.
Yes.
And we have to be along for the ride.
Yep.
And we've got to forget that it took 28 of those Samoan spikes 14 years ago to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Like we got to rewire our brains as professional wrestling
fans. So less is more.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing about it is that 1 Winged Angel, you're done. still, that is why that's the best finish in the business. Is that Okada's Rainmaker, dude. Everybody kicks out of one Rainmaker. Nobody kicks out of the one Winged Angel.
Yep.
And so when Kenny kicked out of one, that's literally what made that a moment.
Right.
Is that Ospreay hit him with a screwdriver, hit him with the one Winged Angel. That should have been the end, and Kenny kicked out of one. Everybody lost their mind. That move is the only move in pro wrestling, besides the spike, that literally, because if you remember, this would have been in the doldrums of WWE. So this would have been Brock Lesnar title reign, where he was beating everybody with one F5.
Oh God.
And that was the bad thing with that, was that he would have these big time matches build up and he would just beat people with one F5. And the reason why, and we all could see the writing on the wall, was Roman's going to kick out of the F5, right?
Yeah.
And he ends up beating Roman anyway. But that was going to be the thing, was that hopefully we establish F5 is it, and then when he kicks out, it's going to be awesome. And it wasn't. And it's because...
it's got to be company-wide.
Right, and that's exactly why.
You can't have
that's exactly why.
With Reigns and Lesnar, and I'm just throwing names out there.
Yeah.
This never happened. And have Dolph Ziggler kick out of Randy Orton's freaking RKO 28 times in a row.
Yeah. Well, you got to get Dolph Ziggler on the show.
Yeah. That is a promotion decision.
Yep, you're exactly right. And that's the most important thing with the One Winged Angel, was that it carried over from Japan to AEW. Is we know that he hits it, you're done. And that's what made that Wheeler Yuta thing so awesome, was when he put Wheeler up for that in that Anarchy in the Arena match. We think, okay, it's over, right? Like, he got him up, One Winged Angel, party over, and then, the turn and everything. And so for that spike to be that big of a deal, which also we talk about underrated kickouts, or not underrated kickouts, but rather moments of the year, honorable mention. Was it Jimmy? It was Jimmy, right? That kicked out of the spike and spear combo.
I don't know.
Dude, that kick out was insane.
Yeah.
That was every bit as good as Kenny kicking out at one at that One Winged Angel. It was so good. Because the spike is that big of a deal. So yes, spike, move of the year.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Other things to mention is MJF's headlock takeover and how awesome of simple move that is. Again, simple move.
Well,
now
the best thing about it is that it's brought about by all sorts of heelery and dastardly things, but that will matter.
Yes.
That will matter sometime, some way.
Yeah. And then the other one that Andretti wants to talk about is good friend of the podcast, Kevin Knight, and his drop kick.
Yeah, he's been doing that, the drop kick on, like if I pick somebody up on my shoulders, Kevin Knight will jump and kick the top guy.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
It's an extremely
insanely athletic.
Great athletic feat to do that, right?
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Fang.
It's a great Fang.
Fanging and banging.
Yeah.
We were talking about vampires earlier.
I love Kevin Knight. You know that. So do you. I know. But, I mean, that guy, man, I hope he keeps progressing the way that he is, because that dude has got all the tools, man, to be a major player. And I really am pulling for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving on to our next section is Figure of the Year. So, we got a couple figures that we definitely want to talk about here. On my list here, I have Ultimate Edition Razor Ramon, the Mattel Creations Ultimate Edition Cody Rhodes, which I just got, which we've shown on the Forbidden Door review show. We did a live unboxing. Did a little live unboxing there, Mongoose. Put it up on the tube ski and everything.
I was drenched in seltzers on the shore. So I did that is, I'll check that out, but I had no idea.
That's all right. The Defining Moments relaunch, the Minoru Suzuki Storm Collectibles figure, and the CM Punk MJF Blood and Guts. Those are when we still got a lot of time left, we got San Diego Comic-Con coming up in like 2 weeks. And I'm sure that Mattel and Jazzwares will have something. Hopefully Jazzwares put some fucking effort into their figure this year, because last year was pretty fucking lazy with that Brody Lee figure. But hopefully, every year. Last year was the No Holds Barred. The year before was Sergeant Slaughter. Comic-Con, Mattel always, they swing and a miss on a Mattel Creations crowdfunder this year, but they don't miss on Comic-Con.
So I'm going to default to you, and I'm sure you.
I'm going to default to you. I just haven't been able to keep up.
Give me your mid-year winner. Who you got?
Mid-year winner, I think as of right, that's hard, because I want to say that it's either the Cody, but the Cody isn't. There's things about it that aren't as good as that Supreme. Like the jacket isn't as good as the Supreme.
Then put the Supreme on the list.
The Supreme came out last year. Technically, I guess.
My fault.
Yeah,
that Razor is pretty great.
The Razor.
So is that the Punk and
the Punk. I think Punk right now. The Punk and the MJF.
The Punk Crimson Mask.
Yeah.
Is what makes. I think that's awesome.
That one looks so good.
Yep.
Yeah,
the sculpt and the fact that they just went straight red face is absolutely great. I have a feeling that if I had that Suzuki in my hands, that would be it. I do. I seriously think
it looks great.
I seriously think that Suzuki figure, if any of us had it,
we would be saying that's the one
right now. Not
right now.
That's not the SDCC.
Yeah.
If you don't know what the answer is, that would actually be my answer.
Yeah.
Is just because Storm Collectibles does such a good job. Dude.
Oh, they're
do
such
so
a good job. I have a Liger and that Hogan.
Yep, they're so good, man.
I can't pick one of them, but those fake Remcos they came out with,
the Superstars
that I talk about all the time.
Yeah.
I'm kicking myself by not collecting all of them.
Well, if you want to get in on them, hell, they're just warming shelves.
I know.
Yeah, they're sitting all over Walmart's, man.
But they're all really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah.
Next is a Commentator of the Year, and obviously our usual mentions of Excalibur and Taz, for sure. Kevin Kelly enters the list this year. He was an honorable mention last year. Didn't win, but we got Corey Graves and two others that we talked about on the car ride down here today was Colt Cabana and Daddy Magic.
Yeah.
Yep. And so Colt has not been on commentary for a long time, but I wanted to bring him up because he's so good. And because ROH is a thing, I would love to see Colt back in commentary. So he made this list only so we could talk about him, but he was great.
Yeah.
He was
you
great
would think,
on
like, dude, that
commentary.
guy's winding down. I mean, he hasn't been a real wrestler in a long time. Like, dude, get in the booth, man.
Right.
You're really good.
And he's good. That's the thing is that if, not to say that he's bad at wrestling, but if you aren't wrestling a lot, do something you're good at. And he's not even good. He's great in the booth. And so I would love to see more Colt Cabana on commentary.
I mean, I was blown away by Daddy Magic on those the YouTube shows, the AEW YouTube shows. Like, he is good. That guy is good at what he does, man, and he's got a future in that, man. And I think you made a perfect point about him and Ventura, where you were saying that Ventura was a guy that never was a top wrestler, but was able to transition into a top commentator role. I mean, he could end up being a guy like that.
He's charismatic enough, dude. He can be.
He plays heel.
Yep. He could be his own character for 30 years.
Yeah,
he really can.
Yeah,
he's great. He's absolutely great, and that's what makes a heel commentator awesome is when the audience knows that the heel commentator wasn't as good as the people that he's bagging on.
Yeah.
That's what made Ventura awesome. Is that he hated Hulk Hogan, and the entire audience is saying Hulk would beat you in a second. You know what I mean? And that's what's great about Daddy Magic is that he can just rip on anybody, whomever the next guys may be. and the audience can say, "Bro, they'd have smoked you," and that's what makes it even better.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But for me, the winner of that category, it's a no-brainer. I don't want to hear anybody call wrestling other than Kevin Kelly.
Yeah.
And I love Riccaboni, but
Yeah.
for me, it's Kevin Kelly. When I want to watch any wrestling show ever, I want to hear Kevin Kelly call the fucking commentary.
I think for me, it's Taz. I love Taz.
Well, and the problem with Taz is a color guy.
Yeah.
And so it gets into
He's
do
not
you
the-
want play-by-play or color?
Right. Next is a manager of the year, and we got these three. We were talking about this on the way down, and we couldn't figure out any more other than these three. These three are perfect. We have Trick Williams, Paul Heyman, and Don Callis. Those are 1A, 1B, and 1C.
Yep. The winner, if you guys disagree, let me know. The winner is Paul Heyman
Yes.
because he's in the most important storyline, and he is a absolute pivotal factor, and he will be the last shoe to fall whenever it all ends.
Yeah.
So is Heyman. It is Heyman,
Yes.
but dude, Callis is so great, and so is Trick. But Callis is so great, man. That reaction that he got the Dynamite after him and Takeshita turned on Kenny,
Mhm.
that was so good.
So good.
That was so good, man. And even if it's a gimmick from the crowd, like if it just turns into a crowd thing of almost like Dominic,
Yeah.
like just boo Dawn,
Yes.
it's still great, man. It's
Mhm.
great. And he wears those glitter loafers, and he started
So good.
calling Takeshita El Hijo de Callis. Like, come on, man. El Hijo de Callis.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Incredible.
That guy is something else. He is really something else. And the only reason that he's not the best is because so is Heyman.
Yeah.
Like the best managers are a gimmick. You
Yes.
say this dude is just a gimmick. Paul Heyman's flapping jaws, his big eyes, his histrionics whenever he doesn't even say a word, when Roman talks, when Jay says something,
Mhm.
he's perfect, man. So it's Heyman so far.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Weekly show of the year. So we have obviously SmackDown, I think, is SmackDown Dynamite. And we would like to probably this is only as of, recording, which is July 9th. So we can't say Collision because there's only been 3 episodes.
Mid-year,
All
man.
three have
It's
been
mid-year.
All three have been good.
All 3 have been good, but
Not
it's
enough. Not enough work yet.
Yeah, not enough. So, but yeah, I really think that SmackDown won the weekly show of the year last year, and I think that it's going to be hard for Dynamite to compete with SmackDown.
Well, and the problem is that SmackDown has the Bloodline storyline.
Right.
And
That's why.
exclusive, quote unquote,
Yes.
air quotes, audio medium. So Dynamite has the better matches.
Yes.
SmackDown has the better show
Mm-hmm.
because they have the better storyline.
Yes.
That's it. You want to watch good wrestling? Like, if you want to tune in and see at least a 3.5, 4-star match, watch Dynamite. If you want to watch the best show right now, watch SmackDown.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Agreed. All right. Next, now we're getting into the fun stuff. We got a guilty pleasure of the year. My guilty pleasure is Otis, or Otis.
That is awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Otis is
That's
awesome.
really great.
Yeah.
Poor Otis, though, because he's done.
Where's Tucker Knight? Why did we not get Heavy Machinery reunited yet?
Dude, what if we had Tucker?
Tucker.
Yeah, Tucker. Yeah.
Or
Tucker. Yeah. Yeah, Otis is great, dude. And we are getting Maxine's graduation ceremony from the Alpha Academy. It's going to be on Raw this week.
Wow.
I won't watch, but we're getting it.
We got Mike the Miz. That is a Mongoose favorite.
Yeah, Mike the Miz was my pick, man. And this is one that I don't think we should pick a winner for until the end of the year.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But Mike the Miz, I can't get over him, that WrestleMania build-up where he was Geek of the Week and like endearing Geek of the Week over and over and over again for him being the host of WrestleMania. Mike the Miz, you're my guilty pleasure, brother.
And Andretti's guilty pleasure.
I mean, I don't know if this is ever going to change until the guy retires, but my guilty pleasure is going to be Great Khan.
Yeah.
I freaking love Great Khan. He's awesome. Everything he does is great.
You know, the best part about that is that when they were talking to MJF and before the Forbidden Door show, they're like, "What do you think?" He's like, "Great Khan pops me." Like that's awesome. Yes.
That's funny.
Yes. Literally, he's like, "I don't know anything about that." Jabroni indie promotion, but Great Khan pops me. Like, and that got all the Observer guys were like, yeah, we know you know what's going on, bro. Yeah, Great Khan pops me is a hell of a line.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Wow.
Best entrance gear in the business.
That guy's so good. The jumping chops, the screaming.
Yeah.
There's nothing better, dude.
I can't disagree.
Then we got a pay-per-view of the year. So we talked about this also on the way down, that number one with a bullet, to steal your vernacular, has got to be Backlash.
Yeah. And the reason why is that we didn't expect it to be.
Yes.
That's why.
Right.
Is that we got shows that you expect and that we didn't expect it to be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we didn't expect it.
Shout out to you, Puerto Rico crowd, because you're the reason why.
Yes. They showed out, they showed up, they had the drone flying in. That was such a moment. Like, bigger than WrestleMania. WrestleMania 39 is obviously on the list as well. And we already talked earlier about how Night 1 was better than Night 2. AEW Revolution was an amazing show.
Going back through that card whenever we were doing the show prep for this, that's a card, dude.
Yeah.
That also included, we have the Jungle Boy and Christian casket match.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Jericho Starks was wonderful. That Hangman and Moxley match was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
That had the Elite versus House of Black Trios match, which was insane. And then it had the Danielson and MJF match. So if we're talking strictly, purely wrestling matches that were great and that were, like, you know what I mean? That's probably it. But in terms of pay-per-view show, oh my gosh, you got to see this. Backlash, man. Backlash. I couldn't shut up about Backlash.
Yeah, we talked about Backlash so much.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't disagree with any of that.
Yep. The final one on the list here is Forbidden Door, which we talked about pretty much recently and on the show already.
And Forbidden Door needs to be on this list because Forbidden Door has the best match that has ever happened on this continent.
Yeah.
Like, hands down. Like, the best match ever on this continent.
Yeah.
So.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unreal. And now we're getting into the real fun stuff. We're going to do our unsigned female and male and our best signed prospects. So
you want to explain what that means so people just understand?
Yeah, so you can explain. I'll let you explain it.
Well, yeah, so for unsigned prospect, we basically mean by that it's somebody that's not signed to a major promotional contract.
Yes.
So they're not in New Japan or WWE, or they're not in AEW, something like that. People who are still looking to get that big, a big signing, right?
Right.
And then for the other one, for the best prospect, that's people that are on the payroll.
They're on the payroll.
Yeah.
Might have held a title, but they're still labeled as a prospect.
Right. Now they can't be
on the main roster.
They can't be like, you can't say that you can't say it's Jamie Hayter, who's already been the AEW Women's Champion.
Right. Like, Jungle Boy is not, as much as I hate that piece of shit, he's not a prospect anymore.
Right.
So, but I have here for best unsigned female, Trish Adora and Jessica Rodden. Is it
Yeah.
Rodden or Rodden?
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I didn't
I
want
mean,
to
I
get
think
wrong.
Gia Scott's got to be a part of that too, in that conversation too.
Yeah, especially
but-
after tonight.
Yeah, and I think, but look, Jessica Roden or Rodden, she goes by J Rod in her wrestling career, but I mean, she works with Rikishi out of California. So she's part of like Knox Pro, works out of Knox Pro a lot. She's been a professional for a little while, but I mean, she's got everything, dude. She's got an unbelievable look. She looks the part. She's big. She's muscular. She's athletic. Like, I don't have any idea how the hell she's not on the main roster right now. But I'm assuming it's a colloquial. You know, sooner or later she's going to get picked up by somebody. That girl's really good.
Yeah. And then you want to talk about Gia Scott?
I mean, Gia Scott is athletic. She can move around really well. She's been around for a little while. She's the MCW Women's Champ. It's physical. You know, great look. Everything about her's good, and she's just another one of those people too. Like, pretty soon, it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Best unsigned male. We have a couple here. I have Robert Martyr, who we saw in LA during WrestleMania weekend. We saw a lot of. Very impressive presentation. Very believable.
His strikes are really good.
Very good striking. Everything he did looked really well.
I didn't really have anybody. That was who I was going to go with. But the only other people, and I'm not trying to do the recency bias because I think Martyr should win the award, but I thought Mike Walker looked pretty damn good.
Yeah, Mike Walker was.
And so did Miles Hawkins.
Miles Hawkins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Both
That
of
guy
them.
was
Those
fucking
guys
awesome.
had a hell of a match tonight.
Yes.
The match that they had tonight could have been on NXT.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding, man. That if that match was on NXT, no one's complaining.
Yeah.
Like that was great. That was great in the athleticism and everything we saw there. I fully agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was awesome. Then the only person we haven't mentioned on the list is Tommy Lawler.
Well, he's signed to Strong.
He's signed to Strong, but
I'm confused as to why he's not on a bigger roster. than
Yeah.
that.
I know.
His choice. It could be his choice, but
Well, it kind of
I
really
don't-
sucks
I-
for him because he was going to be on that Forbidden Door show, and then Adam Cole got shits or something.
what the hell? Like, what are we waiting on? This is a guy that can talk his ass off.
Yeah.
He's got a unique look. He's got an MMA background. He can work with anybody.
Yeah.
How the hell is this guy not on the main roster?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me either. Yeah.
And
And he's funny.
well, and he's boys with Alvarez, and the reason I say that is that the whole trope is Brian and Dave have the direct line to TK.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess I'm saying if that was the case, we'd be seeing Filthy Tom at Dynamite.
Look, dude, Filthy Tom
He's awesome, man.
I mean,
So I
there's a lot of people who have been signed to AEW in the past year or 2 years that are not anywhere near as valuable as that guy.
there's people that have been signed since that company's been created that aren't as good as him or as charismatic as him and everything. And I'm assuming that it's a his choice thing.
Could be.
That's what I would think. Is the schedule, everything else.
I hope
For
we get him.
sure.
I hope we get him, man. I hope we get him. I'm assuming AEW would pick him up before WWE would, because I know they're going younger. And
Well,
all
and the
that.
reason that with WWE is he went there, and the reason that I know, the only reason that I know that WWE style is because of him, is that he went there and he said I had this diverse MMA training, I have jiu-jitsu background, I have all this stuff, and they wanted everybody to throw the same punch. They wanted everybody to do the same everything, and so he didn't work. It's not that like, and look, man, they might have said you don't work for us, and he said, well, all right, well then,
I don't work for you.
right. That very well could have been it, but that was his big complaint coming out of the thing there, and so I don't want him to go there if he's going to.
I don't think he's a good fit there.
Yeah.
But how is Tom Lawler not the ROH champion?
No.
Isn't he a perfect fit for Ring of Honor, dude?
Well, you give me Tom Lawler versus Hook for that Ring of Honor title.
Can't we get Lawler and Hook and Claudio and Briscoe fighting
And
Lethal
Eddie Kingston?
and Kingston? Like, isn't that a great roster? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Lawler's as good as all those guys.
Yeah.
I know.
That run he had in MLW was
I'll
fantastic.
tell you what, man, this just came to me right now. Hook beats Jungle Boy for the FTW title. Jungle Boy says "F you all" and goes on a terror heel run in Ring of Honor.
Do it.
Seriously,
Just do it.
Why not?
I'm good with that.
why not? Like I think that's literally it, man. I think that's literally it.
That's not bad.
And
I actually really like that.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Give
I like the idea.
Mongoose the book.
Yep.
They've got to do something, man. And it's that Ring of Honor. I know they've got the weekly show. I'm not paying to watch
Right.
it, but it feels disjointed,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't feel like it's. I don't know how to say it, but there's people that are in AEW that should be holding belts in Ring of Honor. Let's put it that way.
I agree.
We got to start building people, man. You got to start building these stars, dude. And like, I know they try to do it with the 4 pillars and all that kind of stuff. And MJF's probably already there. The other guys aren't.
Yeah.
So we've got to figure something out. If Darby Allin needs to go be the ROH champion for 2 years and kill everybody, then so be it.
Well, I think the way to do that is you have Jungle Boy go down there and say, "Screw you all I said is winning the belt." Go there, win as a heel, and have Darby say, "Enough. It's time for the good guys."
Yeah.
Or you have Darby turn heel and he faces Sting,
Yeah.
which I'm not letting go of. I think Darby and Sting at especially because Sting seems to want to die in the ring. So
It just pains me. We never got a Sting heel run.
So Sting jumping off of scaffolding at Wembley Stadium versus Darby makes as much sense of anything, but I don't know, man.
Yeah. Coming up on the best signed female prospect. So we already explained what the prospects are. So, our list is Willow Nightingale.
Is she still on this list?
I
know you had a pretty compelling argument about this.
Yeah, she's on it because she had a minor title and wasn't supposed to win it and wasn't treated like she won it.
Okay.
So that's why I
so
would
that
say
keeps
yes.
her a prospect.
Yep.
I really like her. I think she's
great.
fantastic.
Absolutely great.
She's strong as shit. She's athletic. She's agile. She can move around. She's got a beautiful smile. She's got a great presentation. She should be a babyface for the next 30 years.
Yep.
She's so likable.
And the kids.
She is so likable.
Yes.
You know,
She is.
how could possibly not like her?
I know.
You know, it's just, man.
She's literally more. I can't believe it. She's more likable than Hug Me Bailey,
Yeah.
who Dusty said you're never going to turn heel. You know what I mean?
Well, they turned her heel, and you see how that's gone.
Well, the thing though is, I think she's actually good at what she does. I also, when you say how it's going, is that, but I think she's a good heel. But she's a better. Oh my gosh, you can never be a heel baby face than Bailey was.
Yeah.
I think, anyways.
I love Nightingale. I'm so happy. Every time she comes on the screen, I'm happy. Makes me happy. I watch every match she's in.
And she's a good
And
worker.
I can't say that
Yes.
about everybody,
And
man.
she's a really good
Yeah.
worker.
So yeah, she's definitely somebody that should be on that list, very high on the list. Who else do we have on there for that?
We got Tiffany Stratton.
That's the winner.
You gotta make it your argument, because I don't know if I'm sold that NXT's not. You're right. But what were you saying about that? Like,
So the thing with me with her being a prospect is that Braun Breaker is still a prospect.
Yeah.
He's a prospect.
That's
So
a good
it's-
point. We
So,
gotta think about that.
so if Braun Breaker's a prospect, so is Tiffany Stratton. And the fact that she has that title, she just got it. She got it because Indy Hartwell got called up. Indy Hartwell, I feel like, got it weirdly, kind of almost by accident.
Well, she wasn't supposed to win the belt, right? Did something happen with her?
Well, she won the Money in the Bank.
Was she
at
supposed
Stand
to,
Deliver.
though?
Huh?
Wasn't there something where she wasn't supposed to win that?
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't remember either.
Wasn't
the original plan that Stratton was going to win Money in the Bank? Or something like that?
No, it was she came back out after she got hurt to finish the match.
Okay.
It's because she was supposed to win.
Oh, that's right.
She was supposed to win.
Okay.
So she got hurt and then came back out and finished it and then had to relinquish the title. But I think that I because NXT is legit developmental,
Which it is.
it is. I'm saying that Stratton is my top prospect of the year because Stratton, even though Willow will be everybody's darling, especially the Smart's darling because she can work.
Mm-hmm.
Stratton is the actual winner because she has the highest ceiling. Tiffany Stratton is Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like FCW or developmental or whatever.
Yeah.
She's Roman Reigns, man, where she could be the next Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
She's really, really great.
Yeah, she's great and beautiful.
The
and
look is excellent.
Yes,
the presentation of her is excellent.
Yep. And so she's the winner.
The
halfway winner. She's the midway winner.
My only issue with Stratton has nothing to do with her. It has everything to do with her character that was given to her. Is like, I don't like this stupid Paris Hilton shit.
Yeah.
I think she should be even more callous than Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
She should be mean as fuck
to
people. Saying stuff on camera like, I'm not going to wrestle somebody who dresses like that. That's where I want her character to go, dude. Mean, just mean. And I think they missed the mark a little bit.
Well, and the thing about it is that's wrestling mean. Like to say that, like you're not crossing lines. You're not losing sponsors,
right?
Like you know what I mean. Like you can do that, and so I think you nailed it. I think that's the way to go.
Give me the book, dude.
Yeah.
I'll bring Ricky Steamboat back right now and make him the champ.
Yeah.
We thought we said Wyndham had 4 WWF runs, right?
Yep.
Give me the book. I'll give him a fifth.
Oh my god.
Dude, Wyndham versus Bushwhacker Luke.
Put him in there. Stink face. Our other mentions are Lady Frost, Danny Palmer, and Thea Hale.
I love Danny Palmer. She's a gymnast. She's got a long way to go, but I wanted to throw her bones. She's getting better all the time, dude. She's gonna be really good. She got a great look, great smile, beautiful. Super athletic. That's a hell of a prospect.
Yeah,
dude. Thea Hale was Sherry O'Terry from the Spartans when they started Chase U, and she ended up being every bit as charismatic as Sherry O'Terry from the Spartans, but she can actually wrestle. And she can legit actually wrestle.
And she's funny, dude.
And she's great.
Comedic timing, all that shit.
Character's
She's
good.
WWE, dude. She's WWE.
Yep. She's one. If there was no Tiffany Stratton, I actually would have lobbied for her above Willow.
I think Thea Hale will be women's champ.
She's great, man. Yeah. She's great.
I don't know when, because she's so young, but I mean, she's awesome, dude.
Yep.
And now we got best signed male prospect. You mentioned him earlier, but Braun Breaker is clear.
I mean, I think Breaker's the winner.
Yeah.
But there's other people that we should talk about.
Absolutely. We got Blake Christian, Wes Lee, Damon Kemp, Takeshita, and Clark Connors.
All those guys are excellent.
Yeah.
They're all fantastic. Breaker is it because Breaker will be it.
Breaker's going to be the Universal Champ.
Yep.
Yes.
But I'll tell you what, man. If the Gable Steveson thing doesn't work out, because his brother's been there the whole time, don't be surprised if this turns into one of those things where they bring Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, John Cena in. They say who's going to be the one, and Brock 20 years later is a literal headliner anywhere in the world. Don't be surprised if it's Damon Camp. Because
Damon Camp is awesome.
And we just watched that Raw Underground match, which was great. I'll tell you what, dude. If they get Gable Steveson, that guy got it too. That little bit that we saw of him. That guy has got charisma, and his look is better than his brother. It's better than Damon Kemp, and the only thing standing in Damon Kemp's way is his brother. I think.
Baby brother is in the way. Look, man, I love Damon Kemp whenever I didn't even know who the hell he was.
Yeah.
He's got the thing about that guy, like he's got all the tools. This guy's got a good look for a babyface or a heel. He's a little thick, right? He can go either way. But he looks good, right? He's a good looking guy, right? He can work his ass off. He's just a shit ass heel when he wants to be. That guy's he's so confident when he's out there. Like for somebody who doesn't really know what he's doing, and what I mean by that is it's developmental, right? So when I say this guy doesn't know what he's doing, that just means they haven't been there very long, right? It's just experience. That's all it is.
Well, to me, you're describing Brock.
Yeah.
Like you're describing Brock.
Is a guy
like the Brock. We can cheer or boo.
I think David Kemp's a main roster guy now.
Yeah.
I think he's a main roster guy right now.
And I think that Stevenson. We saw 90 seconds of Stevenson in the ring. Woo boy, that guy's legit, man.
Yeah.
And that's I see Brock for both. Everything you described. Look,
man,
you could 2003 Brock. You could cheer.
If you could do it,
or you could do
a Brett Owen thing with the two of them, dude.
That'd be really cool.
Oh God, take my money.
Yeah. Sign me the fuck up.
The guy who's been there a little long, older brother who's been there a little longer that is getting bypassed by a younger brother.
Yeah, I've been training.
Oh God, how great a story is that?
It's probably the plan.
They
probably want to do it.
That could be the follow up to the Bloodline, man.
I think the follow up to the Bloodline is probably LWO.
Yeah, I think that's the next one. Is the big one's going to be that? It's going to be. I think where they're headed next is. Dom versus Escobar.
Yeah.
And then Dom eventually
versus Escobar because it's going to be my real son versus the son I want.
Yeah.
I think that's where they're headed, dude, and that's going to be awesome.
And then it'll eventually be Dom joining LWO.
It'll be Dom joining his dad, and maybe they'll turn Escobar heel at that point.
Maybe
something where because Escobar's fantastic.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of meat on that bone there, man.
Oh yeah. Next one is Return of the Year. We got Cody Rhodes at Royal Rumble, CM Punk at the first Collision, so him coming back onto TV, and we got Miro coming back to TV for the first time in a long time. So I really don't think there's really, at least on my end, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I think that they're all good, and I don't think there's enough to really crown who means more at this point in time, but
that pop that Punk got.
Yeah.
The Return of the Year so far is CM Punk.
Yeah.
Unless I can bring back Barry Windham for a fifth run. Gotta get that Powerball, dude.
Yeah.
One of us got to hit that Powerball. You got to believe in my vision for Barry Windham in the fifth run. Barry out of the hospital? Was he ready to rock?
I don't know.
I've been telling you guys how much I like this Luger Harley Race 91 run as a heel.
Yeah.
Luger got enough in the tank to bring him back and put somebody over his baby face.
Shit.
Yeah, there might be some barriers there.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
See, I'm trying, man. I got a lot of ideas.
Gimmick of the year. Clearly, LA Knight.
L.A. Knight. Yeah. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
You want to talk about your boy?
Who?
Your boy who's been throat slashing LA Knight?
Throw slash LA Knight.
Your boy, Kevin
Big
Nash.
Sexy.
You're talking about Kevin Nash. You're the one
He's
that's
your
got...
boy more than he's my boy.
And listen, I love Kevin Nash, but you're the one that's got heat with him.
I'm sure.
I don't
You
like
do
the
do
fact
that,
that, like,
dude.
look, dude, who cares if he is borrowing from Austin and The Rock?
Yeah.
Those are two pretty good guys to borrow
Well,
from.
we
Right.
also talked about everybody that hijacked Billy Graham shit.
Oh yeah,
We
dude.
did talk about that.
So
there's that-
We
so
hate
there's
Hogan
that.
too. We hate Hogan
Yeah.
too.
So there's that. Do we hate Muhammad Ali?
We hate Scott Steiner and Hogan and
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali. Like we, I mean,
Yeah,
what are we
do we hate
doing?
here?
It's not okay to like Flair because of Buddy Rogers.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on, man. We're all borrowing and building. We borrow and we build. That's what it is.
The whole thing about, and I heard none of Nash's comments, but the thing about Nash that was like, oh, light on, was we make money. We're here to make money. Let's
Yeah.
make money.
Yeah.
Let's make money. Let's
Uh-huh.
make money. Guess what LA Knight's doing?
Making money.
Making money. Dude,
They said that
most
his
over person in England
they said
that
that
wasn't
his
John Cena
Yeah.
was LA Knight.
last night his pre-show, pre-taped SmackDown segment that was online exclusive has more views in 24 hours than the Bloodline does from last night.
That sounds like that guy should be a U.S. heavyweight champion pretty soon here, or a Money Bank winner.
Time
or,
to get that fucking belt off Theory and put it on fucking LA Knight.
Dude, do you want to talk about that sidebar real quick? Austin
Yeah.
Theory is really good.
I know he's really good.
He is really good.
I know he's really good, but I don't think that it helped
Something's
him.
not right.
Yeah, something's not working.
What is it? I mean,
I think he got Cena.
as three pretty smart, objective guys who were outside looking in. Like, what the hell is the problem with that?
He got Cena.
I feel like there was problems before that, man. Something's not right about that character. Cena killed him, dude.
Cena killed him.
But it was not good before that.
It was him coming out after that Elimination Chamber. It ended like his peak was Elimination Chamber, and it's gone downhill ever since.
Man, they should have just let him butcher Cena
They should
at
have.
Mania.
Yeah.
He should have just beat that dude to death
He
Yeah.
should have. Yeah.
and walked out of there.
Bloodied him. Like, yeah.
Bloody
And
and left
then
and
been like, you want to
And-
fucking mouth?
And that's why. It's because Cena said all those things. Because what Cena did was say everything that everybody thought, and then they just had the John Cena match and he won.
Yeah.
Like if he would have just gutted him, and especially because that kicked off WrestleMania.
Yeah. That would have set a
boy.
really
You
good.
could have done that in a way that Cena, it wasn't his fault. Like where Theory jumps him on the way to the ring
Yeah.
and hits him with a belt in the
Yeah.
back of the head on the way to the ring.
Yeah.
And then from there, just throws him down the ramp and
Yeah.
kicks his ass for 3 minutes.
Agreed.
And then throws him in the ring and screams in his face.
Yeah.
Who the hell are you, dude?
Yeah.
Say that shit about me. I'm way better than you. I'm the dude. And then pin his ass. Like that. And then Cena been like, what the hell was that? You know, and then like you give
Yeah.
Cena the out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Cena doesn't need a rematch.
No.
You know what I mean? Like you don't have to do a rematch. But
Uh-uh.
like Cena could have just got up after that and been like, that dude hit me in the back of the freaking head, dude. Like I wasn't even in the ring yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and yeah, I said all the stuff about him that obviously pissed him off, and I shouldn't have said it.
Mhm.
But like here we are now. But like that was screwed up. You hit me in the back of the head.
And because what sucks is they set up Cena versus Waller in Australia,
Yeah.
so that'll be the next
He's
thing.
gonna bury that guy too, man.
Well, that
Might be a
what
catapult.
we saw, that's the same build where Cena was like, where Waller was like, oh, listen to the crowd or whatever, and he was like, no, I don't know, man. I feel like it was the same
we don't
thing.
need this guy back.
Well,
I don't hate him. We just don't need him.
Well, the thing is, we do if he's going to get killed. I don't mean to say it that way, but dude, Arn Anderson bleeds all the time. in his tight tracksuits. Most of them don't even fit well. But
they don't fit well?
It's not that they don't fit well, it's what color he's wearing.
The navy blue?
Dude, I don't off the top of my head, I can't wear anything white because if I wear something white, I will get spaghetti sauce on it on the ride to work. All right, so like I get in the car, I drive to work. There's gonna be spaghetti sauce on my white shirt. So I don't mess with white. But I don't know if the fabric's different or what it is. But when Arn wears particular colors, some just hit different, man. And I feel like he's in Brock's. Brock Anderson, not Lesnar. Brock Anderson's tracksuit sometimes, as to where it's just one of those deals where like I'm wearing my dad's stuff or I'm wearing my kid's stuff and it don't fit right. That all being said, dude, Arn did bite a dinosaur's finger off. So
see, I can't wear white because I'm afraid your father-in-law is going to come up to me and say, you used to wear a different outfit.
Oh man, I'm so glad Naito's here. It's seriously endearing because he could be saying, hey, you're watching half-naked men, muscly men, covered in sweat and oil. But he's along for the ride, and that's what I really appreciate. Is that like he hops on that motorcycle with me, and we drive like Kanye and Kim Kardashian in the Bound 2 video. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm looking at the camera rapping, and he's holding my face, and that's basically what we do. And so for that I'm thankful, man. So if you don't know people from Japan, but you want to fake it till you make it, whatever, dude. I'm here to party.
I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
Exactly. That's up in Morris's. Shout out Morris's.
It is.
That is literally up there in their bar. So.
Oh my. So, anyway, back to a gimmick of the year.
Wow.
Oh, we're still doing this? We're still doing this.
Didn't realize we were still in the award show. All right.
we still got a few more.
No. I'm tired.
We got a feud of the year.
What was the gimmick of the year?
Gimmick of the year was LA Knight.
LA Knight.
Okay.
Number one with the bullet, LA Knight.
That seems like that was a long time ago that we said that.
It does feel like such a long time ago.
We started that LA Knight thing right after whatever his name was, Michael Malice or whatever pinned Drawlix. What was that guy's name that won the main event?
Robert Locke.
That's it.
Michael Malice is your new gimmick. Robert Locke, how old do you think that guy is? 35?
You know what? He was thin and up top, but it works for his character.
He's pretty talented.
Yeah, thin and up top worked for his character
I know.
Yoked. Yoked in a good way. Like when you wear a full suit to the ring,
mm-hmm.
and then you slowly disrobe, and we're like, "Oh, dude, you are yoked."
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about him that I really like is like, and I know I say about the confidence thing a lot, but like when you feel comfortable in the gimmick in front of strangers, right? That dude is comfortable in front of people talking shit.
Yeah,
and it was pretty cool to see that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I have no idea what that guy's backstory is, but that dude's pretty damn good.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
I'm surprised that we haven't seen more of that dude over the years.
I agree. So feud of the year, we have the Bloodline Civil War. I mean, we've talked about that ad nauseum at this point on the show. Elite and Blackpool Combat Club. That's leading to a Blood and Guts here in a few weeks. We got Dom versus Rey Mysterio. That was a really big feud for WrestleMania. And Kenny and Will Ospreay.
So Kenny and Will Ospreay made the best matches.
Mm-hmm.
The Bloodline is the best storyline. The Elite and BCC as a feud probably produces the best matches. But I think the feud of the year is Dom and Ray.
I'm going to agree with that.
The feud.
I
agree
love
with
the
that
way
too.
that you just weaved through that.
I agree because I think that we're going to get a lot more of that really soon.
Yeah.
I hope that we
It ain't
do.
dead. It's not dead.
I'm
man.
telling you, man, they're going to go LWO and they're going to go Escobar Dominic.
Yeah.
And it's going to be awesome.
It is going to be awesome.
Yeah, but midway, I think that's the best feud we saw this year.
Uh-huh.
Was Dominic and Ray.
Yeah, I absolutely
because
agree.
the bloodline's too nuanced.
Mm-hmm.
The Elite BCC's too nuanced. I think that's the best feud.
Well,
and Kenny and Will they're literally feuding to just have the best matches we ever saw.
Yeah.
It's
not storyline.
Yes.
It's just matches.
Yes.
I don't know if it was Watts or if it was Jared Jarrett that had the sign. Maybe it was Lawler. Maybe even it was Lawler that had the sign in the office that said "personal issues generate cash" or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think that the Triple H is a student of that, and that's why we're going with the family thing, with the bloodline is the big feud.
Well, I think that people can connect with that, like feuding within families.
But
like
think about the story that we could tell between Dominic and Escobar, between this is the son I've always wanted, versus this is my dickwad kid.
Yeah,
that's really personal, man.
Yeah,
and I think that's a story that's probably played out in a lot of companies over the course of time, where dad owns a company and they want their son to take over the company whenever they retire, but there's somebody that has been working there for a long time that's really talented.
Yeah.
That should take it over instead of my dumb kid.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a story, dude.
Yeah.
Man, I'm looking forward to that. I really hope they run with that football, man.
Absolutely. Tag team of the year. Clearly by a mile, the tag team of the year is the Usos.
Yeah. And Usos, we spoke about this last night off air, car ride down. We heard for years and years how good the Usos were, and all of us were like, yeah, they're fine. And they're it.
Mm-hmm.
They matches are their pay-per-view or PLE, whatever you want to say. If they're in a PLE, it is 4-star and above, and their characters have developed insane, and it's them. It's it.
By a mile.
Yep.
Who else do we have on that list?
We had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Which should be mentioned.
Should be mentioned. We have Pretty Deadly.
Man, what a great run they're having already.
And we said Gimmick of the Year LA Knight. That's the runner-up. The runner-up is Pretty Deadly because that gimmick is awesome.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
They're going to be, when it's all said and done, they're going to be a top 10 team. If not a top 5.
Yeah.
They might already be a top 15.
They
could be a top 15 team right now, dude.
Well, they're excellent, and they're a true tag team, and it's one of those deals where we have matching gear, and we have a name, and we have a finishing move together, and they have actual, real, and true cohesiveness in the ring, and the fact they're a heel team, they're very, very good at being a heel team, man. Like they toe that line of where it used to be, these these gay dudes or these feminine men or whatever you want. They really play it well as we are like David Bowie. You know what I mean? Like so we're rock stars.
Yes.
That can wrestle. And that's what I think is really cool about it.
Yes.
That they don't fall into tropes. That there's so many homosexual tropes that we saw in 25 years of wrestling, and they don't fit into them. But like they hit that like androgynous almost thing. Yeah, they do a really good job.
What's great about them too is that there's no spin out of that group.
Yeah.
Where maybe they could both be singles guys down the road, but like there's no clear like spin out where they're gonna be a tag team, dude. Yeah. And they're gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Hopefully nobody gets injured. Look, I'm knock on wood here with that. Those guys are excellent, dude. I've been a huge fan of them for a long time.
And the people that I actually the team that comes to mind that I actually have is like a comp in terms of that would be like Billy and Chuck. And but they had
single spots before that even happened.
And there was eventually going to be you couldn't do that forever. It couldn't be Billy and Chuck forever.
Billy and Chuck is one of my all-time favorite teams.
Dude, they're awesome, man.
Awesome.
They are. They're great. And but when he says about like there's no spin out, there's no
I think we need to earmark that because those guys actually are one of the most underrated tag teams that we've had in the most 20
They're fantastic, dude. They're absolutely fantastic.
They're so good. It's funny you mentioned Billy Gunn because the other cats I got on here is the Guns, which when it's all said and done, they could be a top 15 team too.
Man, they keep getting better all the time. Like it's a great fit. It's a great fit for Juice and Jay White, dude.
Yeah, they're getting better very fast.
Yeah,
and it's very noticeable.
People were shitting all over them for winning those belts.
We did. We
I don't even know if I agree with it at this point. But like moving forward, it's the same thing I've been arguing with you about, and I know you've disagreed with me over time about this. About like, whenever was it Moxley that got hurt or Hangman got hurt? Somebody got hurt, and I kept saying, "Put the belt on." It was whenever
CM Punk got hurt.
When CM Punk got hurt, I kept saying, "Give it to a young guy." So that we always have the precedent of that guy's been a world champion, right? So I think that's where we're at with the Guns. Is that people were complaining about them, being the tag team champs, but now they've got that. They can always say it every time they go into a match. Excalibur's like these guys are former tag team champions.
Yeah,
they beat so and so.
Yeah,
like this is where we're at.
Yeah,
they're really good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
They're really, really good.
I hated Colton, dude. I thought Colton had no future.
I absolutely agree. I didn't think that Colton had any future at all, and then all of a sudden, that dude has...
like a light switch.
Exploded.
And I'll tell you what, man, they're charismatic. They really are. I don't know how really good, quote unquote, wrestlers they are, but they're very charismatic, man.
They're perfect in that Bullet Club now.
Yeah. If Tony gets many men for them, like they said, if they got
is that the rumor?
The rumor was that they had to hit. Well, they put it on Twitter that if we hit this certain benchmark, can we get this? Can Tony get many men for us,
dude? When he
I'll buy a shirt,
dude. When he got Danielson in the Final Countdown. They said that for him to have that song for that match, it was the cost of a wrestler contract. Now, Tony
for like
Khan,
that one play.
Yes. So Tony Khan also has unlimited money. So he lives in a reality we don't live in.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm willing to bet that 50 Cent is not out there just saying, use my song.
He's not. He's going to make him pay.
That's what I'm saying.
He's going to make him pay.
50 Cent's also not an idiot. So
can 50 Cent come do this fucking theme?
He also could be like...
Dude, they also...
That would be huge.
They have the annual New York, that Robert Ashe show.
The Grand Slam. That would be a huge...
I tell you what, man.
Many men... Where's death upon me?
And play some more. Let's get another one in there.
Have 96 people from G Unit, towels and water bottles.
Dude.
Tony Yayo out there.
Yeah. Tony Yayo, Lloyd Banks, get the game out there.
Yeah. You want a sidebar real quick here? That Lloyd Banks album was awesome.
Dude, that Lloyd Banks album, I didn't stop
listening. Don't know this. We were in the G Unit at one point.
I wore a lot of G Unit stuff for a long time.
I wish I had G Unit stuff, but I didn't. My mom would never let me buy it.
We did not like that Olivia album when it came out.
No, but dude, that Lloyd Banks album, On Fire, Warrior, man. That was very good. Yep.
What happened to that guy?
I'm on it.
Are they still? Is G Unit still a thing?
No. Well, I mean, it's a thing, but the game and Fitty had a falling out.
But
Not bad one.
that happened before. That happened before On Fire even.
Yeah.
Lloyd Banks is 41. Looks like
I'm glad he's still with us.
Yeah.
yep, glad that he's with us still.
Who was the other guy? What was his name?
Young
He's
Buck.
got a new song out called Daddy's Little Girl.
No, God, I'll probably cry if I listen to that. Dude, me, Mrs. Mongoose, and Baby Mongoose were driving home from in-laws stuff earlier this summer, and I don't remember exactly. You know what it was? It was because I always had 90s stuff playing, and I think it was like a UB40. I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. And one of my wife's favorite movies is Fools Rush In. And a funny thing about that is that it's a Mexican girl that falls in love with a white dude, and although it doesn't totally fit the trope, close enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she's loved that movie since she was a little girl, and I've probably seen that movie 60 times. And so that song came on, and I said something to Baby Mongoose of, this is your mom's song, right? Yeah, Fools Rush In.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, what's my song? And dude, I played that Daughter song. I started bawling driving home from on
Creed or Disturbed?
There goes my daughter in the water. Oh, dude. Yeah.
Don't even have him look at the lyrics. He'll start crying.
No, ain't worth it. Ain't worth it.
What's your plan on Lloyd Banks?
Nothing other than he's working on a new album that's coming out very soon.
All right, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Can't be any good.
Give it a shot.
Good
He's
God.
been working on it for 20 years. Give it a shot.
He's been working on it for a while.
That Tony Yayo album sucked.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It's Tony Yayo up in it.
How many times do we say, "Oh man, can't wait for that Tony Yayo album"?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, because I thought we'd get prison raps and we got to commercialize Uncle Garbage.
Album of the year.
Garbage.
Album of the year is going to be Lloyd Banks. That's going to be the category.
You know what? I haven't listened to a new album since the
first Lloyd Banks.
The Life of Pablo. So
Wow, I appreciate that.
yeah. So there you go. That's my album of the year is Lloyd Banks' next one. If it's this year, next year, or in 2064, I don't care. Yeah.
Okay, so back to the award show here.
Oh Christ! I keep forgetting we're doing this.
We're still doing this?
Yeah, we're almost done.
This show's still going to be shorter than that.
Dude,
that
I'm
Road
not
Wild
trying
show.
to
Yeah,
rush.
we're only at 2 hours and 13 minutes.
It's still gonna.
Dude, I'm not
It's
trying to rush.
an
Let's
hour.
keep going.
Yeah, no.
It's
Yeah.
an hour shorter than that Road Wild show.
We
That's
saw
what's funny.
Jay Leno wrestle a match last night.
Wow.
Dude,
Christ, man.
so if you watch that along with us, God bless you, because we did not look up the card beforehand, and if we would have looked up that card, we wouldn't have watched that show.
And if you're listening now, get a hold of John. Tell him how, and John will he'll mail you a Podski sticker.
Yes.
Put
You-
that
you
show
get-
behind the paywall. Make people pay for it. Listen, man.
You can get us on socials.
You know
at
what else
the-
we didn't do? Play by play.
Yeah,
Let
dude.
people know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, if
it could have been better.
Tell us if you can tell us something somebody said, one of us during the main event. DM John and he'll send you a Podski sticker.
Let me go one further.
Yeah, you can find us
I hope
on-
you have to mail.
Let me go one further. If you can prove that you listen to the Podski, John will mail you a T-shirt
I don't have t-shirts.
from the pro wrestling tee store that he's going to create.
Yeah.
With his own money.
I wasn't supposed to reveal that
with
yet.
his own money. With his own money is hilarious.
Oh God! I keep telling you, paywall. You gotta get that $75 somehow. Get that 75.
75. Drive to 75. Okay, so men's wrestler of the year. What are we?
We're still doing this?
Yeah, men's wrestler of the year. I'll
Is one
steer
and only
ship.
one.
It is
Ricochet.
Kenneth. It is Ricochet. It is Ricochet. Runner-up Kenny Omega. No, it is Kenneth Omegatron without a doubt. Here's the thing, guys. If you say I'm wrong, you're wrong. And the reason why is we had Will Ospreay 1, Will Ospreay 2, El Hijo del Vikingo. We had the Moxley Steel Cage match, and we had Anarchy in the Arena. All those involve Kenny Omega. All those are literal 5-star matches. And if you don't agree with me, SMD, which means Sally Mitochondria Dairy.
It's absolutely Kenny Omega.
Yeah, it's Kenny Omega, dude. It's Kenny Omega. It's Kenny Omega, man. Like
You saying dairy?
I would seriously, dude. I would arm
It
wrestle.
was Santa motherfucking Dairy.
Yeah.
What you,
You just were not committing to dairy, and you're saying dairy.
Yeah, I would arm wrestle anybody, and if I lost to you, I would fight you for charity with a blade in my pocket.
You're gonna blade put them over?
No, I'm saying I would cut them and then spill their blood for charity.
Now, real man would let them win, and you do the blade job.
No, dude. If Connor Securities get my money, I'm spilling guts. That's what I'm saying.
Just blood, not guts. Just spill blood.
No.
Don't cut your stomach open.
That's a T-shirt for the store. Spill blood, not guts.
We have so many T-shirt ideas.
Yes.
They said that the thing said about it, if you want to do that, they'll limit your T-shirt. If you send so many in,
You need one shirt,
I know.
all black with the logo.
So you're fine. We're talking this through here on the Podski.
Yep. And spill blood, not guts.
So yeah, and I think that I absolutely agree with everything you said about Kenny Omega. Not about spilling blood and or guts, but I think that Omega is leaps and bounds ahead of everybody else as of this recording in July.
I never thought I'd be saying that, and I agree with that.
Kenny Omega, hot take, is the best wrestler, not pro wrestler, character, blah, blah. He's the best wrestler of our lifetime. And we have been blessed enough to have a year of insane Kenny Omega matches. So, yes. Wrestler of the year, Kenny Omega.
Agreed.
Women's Wrestler of the Year. And for that, we have quite a few, actually. It's been a pretty good year for the women so far. We have Rhea Ripley, I think, is a clear and obvious choice as the Women's Wrestler of the Year so far. We got Asuka, Belair, and I think that Mercedes should be mentioned. If she wouldn't have gotten injured, probably would be at the top of the list.
Yeah. Mention regardless would be the winner if she didn't get hurt.
Yeah. And, yeah, it's been, Ripley has been on a tear. She had the big WrestleMania win and the big
Royal Rumble,
Royal Rumble win, 1-30. It's been a really good year for Ripley. It's clearly her year. Asuka coming back with the paint was awesome.
Juggalaska.
I know that you, Andretti, said stuff about Belair too. About how it's kind of nice that she's kind of kept the course even after.
I think one of the biggest measuring sticks with somebody is whether or not they can keep momentum after. I can't even breathe, dude. Keep momentum after not having the belt.
2.5 hour break.
We literally did take an hour break in between.
No, she's done great. Not having the belt, she's done great, which I think is important.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, too.
Don't ask me any more questions.
I couldn't help it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. seriously, that people need to talk about. Charlotte Flair comes back immediately in the title picture. Is there a space for Charlotte Flair if she's not in the title picture?
No,
And
not anymore.
that's crazy because that's crazy.
It
Yeah,
feels
like seriously, because there's a lot of people, and I'm speaking on the men's side. Cody won. That Cody's not in the title picture, so let's keep Cody as a main eventer for a year.
Uh-huh.
And so far so good. But could Charlotte Flair do that?
I think the problem with Charlotte Flair is that she's done this start-stop so many times that everybody knows when she leaves, she's coming back and she's going to do the title.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Like, it's too diluted, and it's going back to the well too many times.
Well, to have 15 reigns for somebody that's only been in the main roster since 2011 is
pretty impressive.
But it's not impressive. It's too much. Like and that's the issue. Is that the thing is she's going to eclipse her dad, who did that from 1980 until the year 2000, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And so 20 years, and she's trying to do that in a 10, 12 year, I don't know. That's why I think it's too much, is that we all know that she's winning one to lose one to win one to lose one.
Right.
She's still good.
Yeah, she's still good. I just think that, do we think she would need a fresh paint of coat at, like, maybe, say, AEW? Or is she too big for AEW?
Well, no one's too big for AEW, because if you go to AEW and you're a big star and you can move those kind of numbers, then you're not too big. Like that's not. No, nobody's too big. If Roman Reigns could go to AEW tomorrow, that's a huge deal. Hulk Hogan went from the WWF to WCW.
Well, I mean, you're not lying.
So, if they were smart enough to get Andrade tied up to 2, 3, 4 years, and she wants to do that, now we're talking. Like,
it's not a bad idea.
Now we're talking about fresh paint coat. You know what I mean? Like, seriously.
What are you laughing at?
Old Pritchard line. That's
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
If you would have listened to Pritchard, you'd know this. Fresh paint of coat.
Oh my God. Okay, fine.
Huh? You see, you take a chicken and you take a salad and you just take the little grapes. And
I need to make sure though that whenever I'm in the shoot job that I don't say that to like parents and stuff. You know what I mean? So like we say at the bank or whatever, we're cool, but yeah, I just got to make sure when I'm in the shoot job and I'm like, oh yeah, we're getting fresh painted coat.
Jesus.
So our final.
So Rhea Ripley, Women's Wrestler of the Year.
Yes.
Absolutely, yes. Our final category here is MVP. And last year, Roman Reigns was a clear-cut an MVP, and I would like to think that has not changed whatsoever, because everything that has been good with that storyline is all centered around the constant rudder in the water, and that rudder is Roman Reigns. And there's just no one better right now. He means more to that storyline than anything else.
Yeah.
We saw the ratings patterns increase with Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns. The rating patterns increased with Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. The rating patterns increased with Jey Uso, Roman Reigns. The only thing that's constant, Roman Reigns, and so it is you, Roman Reigns. But we would be unfair to not mention runner-up.
Runner-up I have as Bryan Danielson.
Unsung hero here, man, because Bryan Danielson was in the MJF storyline, Bryan Danielson was the person that first came out and said, you guys are a bunch of amateurs with the Elite, that spearheaded this Elite versus BCC thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Bryan Danielson just had an awesome match versus Kazuchika Okada, which, if this wasn't the year 2023, would be great. But it's very good.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah. So, Bryan Danielson, you're the man.
The other person we have on the list here, too, is Solo Sikoa. And that's the thumb. It's all of it. He's come leaps and bounds from that WrestleMania, and even from whenever he came to the main roster, he's come leaps and bounds. And he's not he doesn't mean more to that story than what Roman does, but he's a very integral part of it, and I think that should not go unnoticed as well.
He'll be the last shoe to drop before
Heyman.
Before it's just Roman and Heyman.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why. Yeah, he's great, man. He's absolutely great.
But yeah, that is the Summer Classic, the mid-year awards show. Make sure you check us out on socials at _Podski on Twitter and Instagram, the Podski with John Baker on Facebook, as well as YouTube. And be sure to drop a like and subscribe, download, rate, review, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will see you next time on the Podski.
Boom!